You guys.
We're starting. Well. We're back
guys,
on the podcast.
What's up, guys? We know it's been a while since we've been here live on this podcast because somebody here decided to run out of hotspot because of Fortnite. But no big deal. We are finally back. And as some of you guys can tell, we got some special guests here on this podcast today. First one, Creech, may you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. I'm Creech.
Okay.
As you can see,
Okay. Fair enough. Anthony, you want to go next?
Hi, I'm Anthony. I'm socially awkward.
Okay.
Exclusive.
Okay, and last but not least, exclusive. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's exclusive here. Super Bowl champions, by the way. Go Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The three special guests. As y'all can tell, Ray is not here today. He is out sick, but we do have three of us here: me, Elias, and Bob.
Yeah, somebody had to use
a while. I appreciate everyone that comes in here and joins the podcast. Whether it's on a Saturday or Friday, whenever it was. So the last one we did was the College World Series bracketology, which we'll go over the College World Series later. But we will start off this podcast with two of the biggest trades that have happened in this past month. Let's talk about the Kevin Durant trade.
Who do you think won that trade?
The Suns.
Honestly, I think the Suns probably won that trade. To be honest,
Rockets got scammed.
No, here's my thing.
What was it like? Four second?
It was 5 second rounders. Okay, here's my thing with the trade. My thing with the trade is we got Jalen Green, we got Dylan Brooks, we got the 10th pitch, we got the 10th pick, which was Milo Watch, and we got 5 second rounders. We got 5 second rounders, and we only got 1 first round pick. And listen, I understand Kevin Durant had 1 year on his contract left, and he's going to sign a 2-year extension. But I think we could have asked for a lot more.
Especially with what the Grizzlies got for Desmond Bane. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
They got 4 firsts for Desmond Bane.
4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane. We only get 1. We only get 1 for Kevin Durant.
To be fair, Desmond Bane is a lot younger than Kevin Durant.
But he's nowhere near.
I mean, yeah, that is true. But here's my thing: Kevin Durant is still a top 10 NBA player, and he's probably will retire a top 10 NBA player currently. But my thing is that the Suns. The Rockets went to the Suns with this, and the Suns willingly accepted this trade.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's kind of confusing. Which we'll talk about. We'll talk about the Suns later whenever we get to the NBA draft and all the things like that. But I don't know. I feel like the Suns could have gotten a lot more than just 5 second round picks. Because here's the thing: the Suns used some of those second round picks in the draft to trade, which that's fine because they did get 2 guys that they wanted to in the second round. So I'm completely.
Here's the thing, though: the Suns are probably going to move on from Jalen Green.
No way.
I don't. It depends.
No. That is false. Okay, that is false. Here's why. I've seen several sources on Twitter. Because the first source I saw said that we would trade Jalen Green. But after further review and looking at several reliable sources, they have said that we are keeping Jalen Green because they want to partner him and Devin Booker to have.
That's going to be a good duo.
and it could be a good duo. But here's what the Suns got to do: they need to trade Bradley Beal. They need to get him out off that team because they are paying Bradley Beal $50 million.
No one's gonna want him, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody
$50
wants
million
that
dollars is
contract.
crazy.
That's
They
the
gotta,
thing.
do something. They gotta do something. Like, I wish Bradley Beal would take a pay cut or something.
I think y'all are probably
Because
just stuck with him for a long
here's
time.
the
at
thing:
that point.
the Suns can't rebuild right now because they don't have draft picks, and so they have to be in win now mode because they don't have draft picks to rebuild. So they have to build the best possible team next year to try to compete in what is a loaded West. The West is gonna be so good next year. But we'll continue on this later. Do y'all want to talk about the Devers trade?
Yeah, I gladly will. That's probably got to be. I feel like the Devers trade had to like. Okay, well, one thing, it was a stupid trade for the Red Sox. I don't know like why they would even think about that, especially since like a few years back they had him on an 11-year contract. So I think he was like extended until like the 2034 season, I believe. I can't remember, but I feel like him being traded had to do with him not wanting to play at first base at the middle of the season. Like we asked him, "Hey, do you want to switch to first base?" He said no, and then he got traded. And then now when he's on the Giants, he doesn't have a problem playing first base. So I feel like it has to be with like him not wanting to play a certain position with us, but like at the same time, it's so bad.
Okay. Really quickly. I'm
Like
sorry.
apparently, here's what they said. They said like the Red Sox felt like Devers didn't want to live
Bro.
up to his responsibilities and do the right things for the team, so they decided to trade him. And I have a feeling that has to do with that first base type of thing.
Okay, really quickly. Anthony's power went out, so he will be back in a second. But yeah,
It's true. I accidentally unplugged his power.
dang, bro, dang, that's crazy. Okay, anything else y'all want to continue with off of like big news?
The only thing I want to say about the Kevin Durant trade is I was really confused why the Suns didn't want Darius Garland. I feel like that's a perfect partner for Devin Booker.
Yeah, I want to.
That was weird to
I want
me.
to talk about that too. The fact that they didn't accept Darius Garland makes me so mad because we need a point guard. We need a point
Y'all
guard.
could have easily just taken Garland
I
there,
love-
dude.
Listen, I love Devin Booker at point guard, but I know the team doesn't. And so I feel like Darius Garland would have been better than getting Jalen Green.
I honestly feel like Darius Garland's a better player than Jalen Green.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
The thing with Jalen Green is like he went for like 38 one game in the playoffs, then 2 games in a row dropped 7 points. Like I don't know how much you can trust him.
Yeah, because he's still young and he hasn't been he wasn't a good playoff performer against the Warriors. So yeah. But anyways, Elias, you can go ahead and start off with your NHL talk.
Oh, Anthony, you are just in time for my NHL talk. What a coincidence.
Power went out. Perfect timing.
Yeah, I know. Sorry guys. Empty power went out.
Okay. Well, am I still going to be at the bottom for this topic? Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be the main one for this topic. Other people can contribute.
Okay. So the last time when I was talking about the NHL, I think I was like somewhere near the second round. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off there for a little bit. I'm gonna talk about the Oilers and Knights series, sadly, because I'm a Knights fan. I believe the last time when I was talking about the series, I was done talking about the first 2 games. So game 3 of the second round series between Vegas and Edmonton, there was a must win for Vegas because you don't want to be down 3-0 after losing the first 2 games at home. And they were able to get the win by getting a buzzer beater goal from Riley Smith to like end the game 4-3, which was the final score. But unfortunately, that was the last goal that we would score in that series. As the score of Game 4 was 3-0. Edmonton was 1-1 away from the conference finals. Game 5 back at home for Vegas. It was scoreless through the first 3 periods. So then we go into overtime, and then the Oilers score. The Vegas season comes to an end. Final score was 1-0. Edmonton wins that series 4-1 and moves on to the conference finals. And we got shut out by Stuart Skinner twice. So yeah, that was something there. So that's the Vegas and Edmonton series. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the Stars and the Jets series. So the Stars started off with getting a win on the road in Winnipeg in game 1, 3-2 the final score. Then Winnipeg got a response by winning 4-0 in game 2. And then game 3, Dallas took the series lead again with a 5-2 score. And then game 4, Dallas took both games at home for games 3 and 4. They up 3-1 in the series. And then game 5, the Jets, they were able to stave off elimination just to force game 6. But then game 6 comes around. It's 1-1 in overtime. And then as soon as overtime starts, what's this guy's name? Thomas Harley for the Stars scored in overtime to clinch the series for the Stars. The final series, the Stars won that series 4-2 as they move on to the conference finals against the Edmonton Oilers. So yeah, that's that series. What's up, Landon?
Ray
so
is
the next-
here.
Oh,
Hi.
he's here.
Bob.
Okay.
Okay, so Bob left, so he's not joining back. So
Shut up.
he lived. I'm not
Michael
gonna.
Jordan.
Hang on, pause real quick. All right, so Ray is here.
Hello.
And apparently Bob's going to sleep, so I'm banning Bob from the podcast. All right,
You-
all right,
Don't
Elias,
Don't
There's no
actually do
way.
that. Do not actually do that.
Hey,
There's no
continue,
way.
Elias. Continue. I'm gonna go ahead and ban Bob from the podcast real quick.
You don't have to do that, dude. It's not that serious.
It is never this serious, bro.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's not
no.
that serious. Don't do that.
I'm
I'm
just playing.
serious. Don't do that.
I'm
Don't
just
Don't do it, bro.
I'm just playing.
Okay. Next series. Anthony's probably gonna fucking hate this one. This is the Panthers and the Leafs series.
Oh,
Uh,
fuck.
when I left.
I'm going to mention what he said.
Okay. When I think when I last left off on this series, I was already done through the first 3 games. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to game 4. The Panthers did end up tying the series as they won 2-0 in game 4. So then game 5 goes back to Toronto with the series tied at 2. Florida won 6-1 in game 5 in Toronto. So all Florida needed was to win the next game at home to close out that series. But surprisingly, the Leafs were able to force a game 7 by winning 2-0 in Florida. And so then we got game 7 in Toronto. And knowing how the Leafs are, they lose game 7 as the Panthers move on to the Eastern Conference Finals as they await the winner of the Capitals and the Hurricanes. The final score was 6-1 in that game as well. And I believe I was also talking about if Anthony Stolas was going to return in that series. He basically did, but he just didn't get a chance to start a game. Like, he was on the bench is what it was. So Joseph Woll was the starter for the rest of those games. But that's what happened. The Panthers move on in 7. And the last second round series, this is the Hurricanes and the Capitals, and this series wasn't even close. It was not even close. So the Hurricanes steal game 1 in Washington in overtime to take a 1-0 series lead. And the Capitals, they seem to get their momentum back by winning game 2 at home. But then this is when things start to go wrong for the Capitals. They lose game 3, 4-0. They lose game 4, 5-2. So the Hurricanes won both games in Carolina. And then game 5 comes along. The Hurricanes move on as they eliminate the Capitals in 5 games. So the Hurricanes and the Panthers will face off in the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, so the second round series is done. So now we go on to the Western Conference Final and the Eastern Conference Final. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Western Conference Finals to begin. So game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. I sound so cringe right now. It's not even funny.
You're good, bro.
You're good, bro. I'm so good.
Okay, so game 1, it looked like Edmonton had all this faith right here to steal game one in Dallas, but here's what happened in game one. They were up 3-1 in the third period. Guess what Dallas did? They scored 5 unanswered goals in the third period. And yeah, Dallas stole game one from Edmonton, if anything, because like they were up 3-1 and they just give up 5 goals. Like, that's crazy. But I mean, that wasn't going to be a problem for Edmonton because they ended up taking the next 4 games as they win the series in 5 games. And believe it or not, after this series, when the Stars lost this series in 5 games, Pete
They
DeBoer,
fired
the head
DeBoer.
coach, who used to be the head coach for the Stars, he got fired. And I feel like one of the reasons he got fired after the series was because of how in Game 5, when Jake Onger gave up 2 goals in the first period, Pete DeBoer immediately pulled him and put Casey DeSmith in. I was questioning that when that happened, but the second when the Stars got manhandled in that series, Pete DeBoer got fired, and I have a feeling it has to do with how he just pulled Jake Ottinger like not even 5 minutes into the game. So there's that. So the Oilers for the second straight year, by the way, are back-to-back Western Conference champions. The Eastern Conference Finals, once again, this game was not even close. I mean, this series was not even close. 5-2 Panthers win game 1. 5-0 Panthers win game 2. 6-2 Panthers win game 3. Carolina was able to shut out Florida in game 4, though, to force out of the game. But then the Panthers win game 5, 5-3, to win the series in 5. So for the third year in a
I
row,
totally didn't just grab another Coke.
You're
Are you serious?
That.
You had to say something. Could have just gone and got it.
This is his
Yeah.
third Coke already. No, this is his third Coke of the day.
This is fucking water, bro.
You're so bad, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I am gonna have to drink water later because I'm not drinking this much caffeine in a while.
Bro's gonna have a heart attack. Pray for him.
But anyways,
Yeah.
so with the Panther, can I continue, please? Thank you. Okay, so with the Panthers beating the Hurricanes 4-1 in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Panthers for the third straight year are Eastern Conference champions, and they are back in the Stanley Cup Finals for the third straight year. And what do you guys know? We have a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup Final. It's the Oilers and the Panthers again. I'm going to go in a little bit of more detail for this series, though, because I believe this series is actually kind of exciting to talk about. So the only difference from this Stanley Cup Final series compared to the last one is this time we were starting it in Edmonton. So the game 1, this game goes into overtime, and Leon Draisaitl got the overtime winner for the Oilers with like 31 seconds left in overtime to give Edmonton the game 1 win. And Draisaitl also had 2 goals in that game, so that was a good game by him. Game 2, we have another great game. At one point, we have a crazy first period. It's like 3-2 Edmonton in the first period, and we had a lot of crazy penalties. But then in the second period, that's when Florida took the lead, including a breakaway goal from Brad Marchand to give the Panthers the 4-3 lead. And then in the third period, it looked like the Panthers were about to pull away with a win, but that was until Corey Perry tied the game with 18 seconds left in the game. So for the second straight game, we are going into overtime in the series. And then, what do you know? Double overtime. Brad Marchand gets his second of the game and the overtime winner to give the Panthers the win in game 2. So, yeah, that's how game 2 went. So, the first 2 games, we got very good games. Both of them were overtime games. Game 3, though, we are in Florida. This game wasn't even close. It was 6-1, and I believe Stuart Skinner got pulled in that game. So, that was not a good game by Edmonton, just to lose 6-1. But game 4, once again, another great game in game 4. So game 4, the first period was all Florida. Like, it was 3-0 in the first period for the Florida Panthers. Matthew got 2 goals in that period. And here's what happened. So after the first period in game 4, the Oilers ended up pulling Stuart Skinner and putting Calvin Pickard in to see if they could get something going. And, well, they did. Second period, they got 3 goals in the second period to tie up the game after being down 3-0. So now the game is 3-3. Then we go into the third period. Wallman got the go-ahead goal for the Oilers to make it 4-3 to give Edmonton their first lead of the game. And just before the Oilers could tie the series, Sam Reinhart was able to tie the game for the Panthers with 20 seconds left in the third period. So for the third game in the series, we go to overtime, and Leon Draisaitl once again, he had the OT winner in game 1. He once again scores an overtime winner for his team in game 4 as the Oilers have tied the series up at 2. And yeah, so far 3 games have been good in this series. But then we go back to game 5, and the Oilers decide to start Calvin Pickard in this game. They were going back and forth to see if Calvin Pickard could, if Stuart Skinner or Calvin Pickard could get to start in game 5. And because Stuart Skinner got pulled, they decided to put Calvin Pickard in for this game to see if there can be improvement. But there was not any improvement. The Panthers ended up beating Edmonton 5-2 in Edmonton to take a 3-2 series lead. They're 1 win away from being the Stanley Cup champions. Game 6, this is where it all ends. Game 6 is when the Oilers, they decide to go back to Skinner, and once again that didn't work either. The Panthers win game 6 5-1 thanks to a Sam Reinhart 4-goal game, by the way. He scored 4 goals for the team to give the Panthers a 5-1 win. And just like that, we have the same exact champions from last year. The Panthers beat the Oilers 4-2 to clinch the cup, and the Panthers are back-to-back champions. So we basically just had the same result from last year. And I feel like what went wrong with Edmonton during this entire series, I feel like their main issue has to be their goaltending issues, because they haven't had any consistent goaltending in I don't know how long, but like the fact that they had to like keep going from like Pickard to Skinner or like Skinner to Pickard, like it's been a complete mess for Edmonton with their goaltending issues. So I feel like during the offseason, they're going to need to find a way to fix that. And I'm probably about to get yelled at, but I'm actually not done there. I get that I just said the Panthers won the Stanley Cup, but I actually do want to talk about some of the trophies, like the 2025 NHL awards that happened. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So first thing, the 2025 Hart Trophy went to goaltender Connor Hellebuck. So yeah, there was that. He was the winner of that. The Norris Trophy went to Cale Makar, who was on the Avalanche defenseman. The Calder Trophy went to Lane Hudson, who was the rookie for the Montreal Canadiens. So he got the Calder Trophy there. The Vezina Trophy went to Connor Hellebuck again. So Connor Hellebuck got 2 trophies during this. He got the Hart Trophy and the Vezina Trophy.
Oh shoot, my fault.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Okay, so those were the trophies. I only have one more thing. I only got a couple more things to talk about, and then I'll stop yapping. But you will probably have their
What is everyone laughing
Okay.
Elias, there's nothing you said.
No, Elias, it's nothing you said, bro.
I saw what happened. I'm just gonna ignore that, okay? I'm gonna ignore that.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some NHL news that was released today, and then I'll be done. Ignore that voice crack, please. I'm sorry. This is what happens when you talk a lot. Okay, I'm almost done yapping. I'll be done in a minute. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Oilers extended Trent Frederick to an 8-year deal. So Trent Frederick is still an Oiler. Apparently, there was also a trade today. The Utah Mammoth traded for JJ. I can't pronounce that last name. What the heck? But thank you. But yeah, they traded for him, and they also gave him a 5-year deal. This news right here, this is something that will make Anthony happy. The Toronto Maple Leafs are keeping John Tavares. They brought him back on a 4-year deal, so there was that. And there's a few other things that the NHL released today, and here's what they said. So apparently there's going to be apparently they're going to make the regular season 84 games now instead of 82, and they're going to be reducing the preseason games from 6 to 4, which I find kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know why they decided to do that. Like, I mean, what's the point? I mean, you're adding 2 games for what? Well, for more hockey? Like, why are you doing that? There's no
That's
point.
exactly why they're doing it.
That's
Okay.
exactly what they want. More blood money.
Okay, and here's some other stuff. So the maximum contract length will only be 7 years compared to the current 8-year length. The LTIR loophole will be closed, so any contract on the LTIR will now count towards the salary cap, and also the emergency backup goaltender will be permanent. So those are some of the changes they're going to be making in the NHL. The only one I find a bit confusing is like just choosing to play more games. Like they just added 2 more games like it was nothing. I'm like, come on. Oh wait, I did skip over that. Okay.
Oh my god, bro.
Dude,
If I skip-
in all fairness, who cares about Evander Kane anymore?
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'll talk about this. If I forget anything, please let me know. Actually, there's 2 things I forget. Just give me a minute.
Come on,
Damn.
fucking-
Damn. Okay.
Why is this going through? Oh
This
my
is not
God.
okay. This
All
is
right,
not
you're
okay.
good. No lies, you're good, bro. We're just
You're
messing.
Okay.
good, bro. We're just messing around.
Okay. All right. I'll talk about that thing first. So yeah, Evander Kane was traded. He was indeed traded to Vancouver. And here's the thing. So yeah, the Oilers traded Vancouver, and something I forgot to mention was there's been rumors about Connor McDavid potentially maybe leaving the Oilers after losing back-to-back Stanley Cups. And honestly, you know what? I'm gonna ask for y'all's opinion. Do you think Connor McDavid leaves Edmonton in the offseason?
Yes.
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 100%.
Yes.
I don't know.
Make
Like,
believe.
yeah,
Creed
yeah,
doesn't care about hockey, right?
okay, but yes, yeah, they did trade Evander Kane, but there has been a bunch of rumors about Connor McDavid potentially leaving. And something I want to talk about for my team, we brought back Riley Smith for like a 1-year deal, but here's the thing. One of the things that we're concerned about is getting Jack Eichel a contract because like we've been talking about paying him, and we also want to give Dorofeev a contract because he was like our greatest goal scorer in that last season. So I think that's all I have. Did I skip over anything? Anthony, please let me know. Did I
I
skip?
think you're
Did
good.
I skip anything?
I think you're good. I
If
think
I skipped anything, please let me know.
There's only one thing.
I think you're good, Elias. Hang on, really quickly.
Let me know. Did I skip anything? Otherwise,
The
I'm
Noah Dobson trade from.
No, you didn't skip anything. Anyways, I'm gonna show.
I didn't even watch NHL.
All right, so are we done with NHL?
I'm in a backup.
Well,
goalie
actually,
got
I have
traded.
one. I actually do have one more question. Bruins fans, how do you feel about seeing Marchand lift the Stanley Cup?
I want to kill myself.
All right.
He's gonna be elite.
And Marchand won the cup with his new team.
He's gonna be elite.
all right. I'm gonna show something funny real quick.
Oh God.
Is this
This is
about
gonna
me
be
and
the
this
most
yapping
unfunny
session?
thing known to mankind.
Not this to make fun of my yapping session. Oh, never mind.
All right, James.
All right.
All right,
guy
there's
is
my-
literally
All right,
like-
there's my second funny making fun of Tennessee moment during the podcast. All right.
Yeah, the first one wasn't funny.
I think I'm done. Did I skip over
The
anything?
first one was
No.
funny.
Because
I
we don't
think
care
first
about Noah Dobson.
All right. I'm gonna go over the College World Series as best as I can here. This is gonna be a snooze fest for the rest of the people in here. That's why I wish I had Bob to say Bob. If I had Bob to.
My
be here.
NHL thing was a snooze fest. Don't worry. So
If I had Bob in here, it'd be a lot easier. But it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna just go over. I'm gonna just like go over regional winners, and then we can go from there. Hang on. Let me go to College Baseball Hub real quick.
Bro, don't have it up. It's gonna be a long day.
welcome to the longest podcast in the lifetime of a human.
Why did I join?
We're only at the third
me.
topic. We're
Why did I
only
Michael Jordan flu game this?
yeah.
This is so bad.
This is bad. It's okay.
We're
It's
never
okay.
gonna get on Apple Podcasts by this rate.
Yeah. We're never gonna be on Spotify. All right. So basically,
no.
all right. So basically, all right. Regional winners. Then the Nashville regional. Surprisingly, Louisville won it. I think a lot of people had Vandy winning the College World Series. And the fact that they got upset by Wright State
Dogs.
Right state, my goat.
That's
yeah.
crazy, dude.
Certified
That is
dogs.
crazy. And also in the Austin regional, UTSA won.
Hell yeah, let's go Roadrunners.
Well, yeah, let's go Roadrunners though. But I don't.
James is a UTSA fan?
I feel like Texas
What?
and Vandy were the consensus like championship game that everyone had.
K-State. Let's go.
Europe. In the Southern Miss region, you had Miami win it, which I thought Alabama was going to win that region because I think in my personal opinion, I think Alabama got robbed of hosting a regional, but they proved that they didn't because they didn't win the regional. So yeah, Miami as the 3 seed won the regional. And then in the Los Angeles regional, you had UCLA, the number 15 team, win, and then in the Tallahassee regional, you had Florida State win, and then here's where it gets interesting. In the Oxford regional, Murray State moved on to the Super Regionals.
John Morant.
John Morant's team moved on.
That's all they're known as.
And then after that, you had Oregon State win the Corvallis Regional, and then you had Duke win the Athens Regional. Pretty interesting. I really thought Georgia was gonna. I thought Georgia would have done something this tournament, but lost their own regional. And then North Carolina won their regional. LSU won their regional. Chalk. And then Arizona won the Eugene Regional. I thought Cal Poly was going to win that region.
What's wrong with
Cal Poly.
Yeah,
Cal Poly. Where's our Cal Poly fans at?
I had
Cal Poly.
high hopes.
Cal Poly.
I had high hopes.
Cal Poly shooter.
I had high hopes for Cal Poly, and then West Virginia won the Clemson Regional over Kentucky. Clemson lost to they lost to Kentucky in the elimination game, and then West Virginia beat Kentucky because Kentucky used all their fucking pitching. Holy crap! I just cussed on stream. All right.
Oh, you poor thing. Cry about
All
it.
right. And then chalk the rest of the way. Coastal Carolina won their regional. Tennessee won the Knoxville regional. Auburn won their regional. Arkansas won their regional. So we have the super regionals now. And in 3 games, Louisville beat Miami. They won game 1 8-1, and Miami won 9-6, and then Louisville won 3-2. Takeaway from that super regional series was that Louisville outplayed Miami in that first game, and I knew Miami was not going to come back. And then after that, we go on down Florida State versus Oregon State. I generally thought Florida State was going to win this regional. I was gladly mistaken, or that super regional. Oregon State won the first game 5-4, but then the FSU came back 1-3-1, and then we had a huge game 3, and Oregon State won by 4 runs, 14-10. It was a very high scoring game, very high scoring baseball game. And then this is going to surprise a lot of people. North Carolina Arizona Super Regional. North Carolina wins the first game, 18-2.
That's a blowout.
And then the second game, Arizona won. They won the second game after getting dusted the first game. They won 10-8. And then the final game, Arizona wins 4-3.
So they lost 18-2.
Arizona came back after losing game 1 by 16 runs. That's impressive.
They thought they were full of love.
They fought really hard.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. I watched that super regional. That was insane. And then in Auburn's regional, Auburn got swept. They also they lost 7-6 and 4-1. I did not expect that at all. I thought Auburn easily had them.
Yeah, well, Auburn is kind of like not that good. So
Auburn doesn't usually have a good baseball team.
Yeah,
At least from But yeah, then we move over to the other side. UCLA beat UTSA. That's no surprise to anyone. UCLA won the first game 5-2, and then they beat them 7-0. All right, we move on down. We go to the Durham Super Regional. Duke and Murray State. A basketball school, and I don't even know what school. The basketball school and the Ja Morant school. Duke won the first game 7-4, and then in game 2, Murray State turned up. They won 19-9. They murdered Duke that game, and then game 3
Murder Ja Morant.
Yeah, literally.
Funny.
Wait, what? Oh my god, I wasn't even paying attention. Okay,
Not surprised there.
School commits murder.
yeah, not surprised there. Brother. All right, and then Murray State goes to the College World Series as a 4 seed.
My goats.
Insane. That's insane.
I really wanted them to win it all.
Me too. We'll talk about that later, though.
More than I wanted.
And then LSU in the Super Regional, they just murdered West Virginia. I don't think there was a single team caliber in the Clemson Regional that was going to beat LSU. Because
in the words of James, West Virginia ain't winning shit.
Clemson was over here, getting blown out by Kentucky, and then Kentucky used literally all their pitchers and couldn't hold on against West Virginia, and West Virginia just looked very bad. West Virginia just looked very bad against Kentucky until those final innings. So yeah, LSU kills them. And then Arkansas, they beat Tennessee the first game 4-3, and then they murder them 11-4. And that's basically how those first games went. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on.
God.
All right, so we move on.
God.
We move on to the College World Series.
Oh wait, we're not.
Oh, we're not done. Okay.
We're not done.
We have the College World Series. All right, we move on to the College World Series. Coastal Carolina beats Arizona 7-4, and then Oregon State beats Louisville 4-3. And then in bracket 2, you have UCLA win 6-4, and then you have LSU win 4-1. And then we move on. We move on to the elimination games. Louisville beat Arizona 8-3. Arkansas threw a no-hitter against Murray State, and they won 3-0.
I would hope they won through a no-hitter.
And then LSU
they pull Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah. Wow, you had a no-hitter against a 4 seed. LSU beat UCLA, and then not Oregon State. Oregon State did not win. They lost to Coastal Carolina 6-2. And then in the elimination games, Arkansas beat UCLA 7-3. And then Louisville, Oregon State was probably the best game in that College World Series. Louisville walked off Oregon State in the 9th. And just history from there. That was an insane game. I wish I was able to watch it, but I watched the highlights, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. All right, and so then we move on, and we go up to Coastal Carolina, Louisville. Coastal Carolina murdered Louisville, beat them 11-3.
Obviously.
And then everyone was telling me that Arkansas was going to come back against LSU and that they're going to go to the College World Series and win it all. And guess what?
No
LSU down 5-3 in the 9th inning.
No one told him.
What do? They get a leadoff double, an RBI double. They score 2, and then they get a walk-off infield hit, and they beat Arkansas. And everyone sounds stupid in the server. So yeah, LSU moves on to the College World Series.
No one said that though.
What the fuck did I do?
Itchy literally did it. Itchy said
No one said anything.
Yes, they did. Itchy literally no. Itchy literally said Arkansas was going to come back. I swear. Itchy literally said Arkansas was going to come back.
That's Itchy.
Itchy's a dumbass.
Exactly.
That is true.
Sorry, Itchy.
He's not watching this. We're not worried.
If
You
he
always
was
beat-
actually watching this,
You always
yeah.
beat me to sports pins.
All right, game one. The game one was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. I shut that crap off after the third inning, but LSU won 1-0.
What a game! Game
Your
of the
cat-
year, right there.
Weak.
Your casual Major League Baseball game.
Did you almost say NBA?
No, I said Major League Baseball.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
swear you almost said NBA.
So now we move on. At the bottom of the first inning in game two, this is at 1:30 because they played
Oh.
it. They had the game at 1:30
Yeah.
Central because the NBA Finals, Game 7.
I know what's happening.
And Coastal Carolina's coach gets ejected from a game from arguing balls and strikes in the first inning.
Bro, that single-handedly, you know what? I'll let you finish. Then I'll say.
Well, no, you're right. That single-handedly did not
Lost.
help Coastal Carolina at all. And
Oh, that's preach.
LSU beat Coastal Carolina.
Because I was gonna say like that single-handedly cost Coastal Carolina the win.
Yeah, it really did. Because literally after that, LSU had a double play in the ninth whenever Coastal had one on base and there was one out, and they had a double play to win the College World Series. So yeah, that basically just ruined it all. And yeah, the SEC has officially passed USC baseball for the most consecutive College World Series titles with their 6th straight. So yeah,
I no longer like the SEC.
next year, I think it's going to be a really good college baseball season. There's been a ton of transfer portal news. There's been a ton of moves. We all know the SEC is the king of baseball still.
If you
So
say
yeah,
one word about Kentucky, we can all leave.
but yeah. All right, that was very boring to talk about.
Yep.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, it was very boring to talk about. If I had Bob here, it would have been a lot more fun.
Is that
But
it?
yeah, we'll move on. We will move on.
Let's
Let's
go.
talk. All right, let's recap. Elias, where did we leave off in the NBA playoffs?
I
We
think
left off on-
I think we finished the second round, and so I think we can start on the conference finals.
All right.
Conference finals and finals.
I'm not gonna lie, there's
Yeah.
not even a lot to talk about the conference finals because
Yeah, because they were all horrible.
Oklahoma City murdered the Timberwolves, and then
And the Pacers won in 6, so it was a bit close.
Well, the Pacers went to 6, but the Knicks were not good that entire series.
Yeah, they were really bad.
Serious, bro. I swear.
Yeah. So you just want to go ahead and get to the finals then?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the conference finals. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah,
just-
long story short, Thunder won and the Pacers won. That's long story short.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Game 1.
Before we start, I just want to say this entire finals was amazing until Game 7.
Yeah.
I know games.
Yeah, I agree. I
We're gonna
agree.
get Game 7 in a minute.
Until Game 7.
Heartbreaking.
I'm saying all
listen,
the entire time that was a series that deserved to go to 7, and then once it hit
I'm
7,
not
it
the
just,
one to blame. I'm not the one to blame injuries, but
Yeah.
like if Halliburton was playing, it would have been a closer game. But
I
I
think they would've
wouldn't.
Won,
I
who
wouldn't.
knows?
They
no,
would have won.
Here's
would've
what
won.
here's what I say. I don't think they would have won because
I
here's what
think
I
they would
Oh,
have.
Cap.
no,
Cap.
no,
They would have won.
Look at
Did you
James
not see how
off his
Tyrese
own
was playing in like the first 6 minutes?
No. Let me explain something real quick. Okay, so when I think of injuries, I'm
I
like,
think
why
it's good.
why isn't it just next man up? Like, why doesn't someone else just step up?
blood.
It's too
Isn't
hard
that
on
football?
They,
Blood.
Oh.
TJ McConnell.
Here's the thing, though. They stepped up for Tyrese Halliburton in the first half because they were leading at halftime,
Wait,
and
hold on.
then the
Over
Pacers just
every
got
game.
killed in the third quarter. The Pacers turned it over 8 times in that third quarter, and
So he's
the
like
Thunder
you.
won by like 15.
Dude, it felt like TJ McConnell had never seen a double team before. Every time he would get
Because
the,
he
the
hasn't,
double
so
team,
he's
he
not
would just
good.
send
Take
it.
over the first 6 games.
All right, don't talk
Yeah.
shit about TJ McConnell.
I
I
know.
was talking about TJ
Yeah,
McConnell.
come on
TJ
now.
McConnell.
Nah, bro. I kid
No,
you
no,
not.
no.
I kid you not, bro. TJ McConnell was the most underrated player in that finals, bro.
Until Game 7.
He,
What do you mean? I'm pretty sure he scored every single point for the Pacers in that third quarter.
He did.
he did, but he couldn't handle a double team.
Exactly.
That was the problem.
Yeah, that was
It
true.
was like he'd never seen a double team before. which he
Yeah.
hasn't in the NBA probably.
But hey, the good thing is that Shea won his first title and Casey Wallace won his first title.
Hey,
So
Oh,
free throw
shut
merchant.
up.
pretty good.
Free
All
throw
right.
merchant.
That was a fast topic. Do y'all want to talk about the NBA draft?
I guess.
I just want to say about the NBA
We're-
finals. I feel like if Tyrese didn't get hurt, they would have won, and he probably would have gotten the NBA.
I
Like,
agree.
like, I feel like if Tyrese didn't get injured, they probably
Listen,
could have
I
won
don't-
that.
I-
I
listen,
think
I'm not
Tyrese
one
gets
to blame
that Finals
injuries.
MVP award. Not gonna
I'm
lie.
not the one to blame injuries.
That's
but
just
they
my
probably-
opinion, though.
They probably would have won. But then again, it is next man mentality.
For the-
So,
And who knows? And
Maybe,
not to mention, Tyrese is not even going to be playing next season. So that's like,
Yeah,
He's out for the entire
yeah, I
season.
know.
yeah, he's
They
out for
gotta-
the entire.
Bro, they gotta decrease playoff games. I can't speak. Sorry.
Degrees.
They gotta
Degrees.
decrease.
Degrees.
Greece.
Degrees.
I agree.
Greece.
The-
Greece.
Degrees.
Degrees free.
Degrees.
Honestly, I think they should cut down the regular season, not the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't like 82
Oh,
games.
hold up.
Yeah, like
mean-
2020 and 2021 it was like 70 games. That was perfect.
What a jack.
It was
Yeah,
seven-
I
yeah,
Ping.
I like the
82 is too much.
game regular season, but I just feel like if it's not an 82 game regular season, then what's the point in trying to like chase for records?
Yeah, that is the problem.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But, like, what's the point in
See, that's
chasing
why I think they should clear. I think they should clear the record book.
What?
records?
What?
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 If they-
What?
what?
Excuse
Doesn't
me?
make sense.
If they're gonna if they're gonna decrease regular season games for full time now,
Oh,
and no
yeah.
longer do 82
Hold up.
games,
Y'all talking about decreasing regular season? Why?
Yeah, he said they should clear the record book.
I think you should-
What?
No. Listen, here's my take on it. Because, like, if you're gonna move the regular season to 72 games, how are players gonna be able to chase records?
No,
Like,
then they should have they should have
Like,
two record books.
Yeah.
Who's gonna have the next
They should
all-
just have. They
No,
could just
listen,
Okay,
make
now
a
who's the dude that
new
said they
one.
should clear the record book? Who said
all-time
that?
scoring title? Who's gonna have the next all-time scoring title? Who's gonna have the most assists in the NBA season? Who's gonna have the most rebounds in the NBA season?
They should just make
But
another record book,
every
like a
single
70
NBA
game
You know how
season
NFL
book.
has Super Bowl era attached to all of it?
Yeah,
games.
exactly.
They
Yeah.
put it down to 72 or whatever they want to. Then how are players going to be able to chase those records?
They'll just make a new one.
I just said?
I mean, they could do
Exactly.
what baseball does and have like a modern era and a non-modern era.
Exactly.
Yeah, like NFL
Something
has a
like
Super
that,
Bowl
yeah.
era. And
Exactly.
That is,
James-
you
James
know
got
what?
proven
Yeah,
wrong.
never mind. That is a good point.
What is this top 10 defense?
all right, for the draft, do we just want to go team by team, like with our teams?
Sure.
I get. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't want to do everything, but like, we can do
Bruh.
We are not doing every
we're
team.
not-
We're not
We are
doing
not
every
doing every
team.
we should do. No,
I know
we
we
should do.
joked about the 3 hours. We're not actually.
We should do. We should do
I got
this. We should
shit
do
to
this.
do. I can't be
Everyone-
here for 3 hours.
Everyone
We
should
have
do.
it.
We are not doing every team.
Everyone
We're not
should
doing
do.
every team.
Everyone should
Our
do.
teams, just our
ev-
teams, and Kreesh can just stay silent.
Everyone
'cause-
should do their team and then like the favorite pick that wasn't from their team.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's good.
All right, who's going first?
Okay. So I mean, me and you, Lennon, want to do the Celtics.
Yeah, I
guess?
got. Didn't you just come? All right. Anyway, let's go.
Well, I'm sorry, but it said Lando. I had to.
All right,
I
Alex, you
had
go
to.
first. You got it first. You got it first.
So
If you don't mind me, I need to figure out how to pronounce his name.
yeah, hold on. Let's see. How
Oh,
do we
God.
pronounce this dude's name real quick? Hold up.
You could just
Kreesh
take a
hasn't said
guess.
anything except for laughing. Like all
Hugo
the
Gonzalez.
NFL.
yeah,
Hugo
that's,
Gonzalez.
that's all you.
Okay, yeah, that was our first pick. I could not pronounce that.
You can pronounce
Um,
Hugo Gonzalez.
I couldn't find. Hold on, I couldn't find it. Wait, what is it? Hold on. I couldn't find it. That's my bad.
Blood.
Hold up. So what are our thoughts about that pick, though?
I mean, me personally, I really like Hugo, but I don't see how he affects the team right now.
something that I want to discuss about like that draft is like I thought like we were gonna have like Jalen Brown and Derek White traded already, but like that didn't happen.
Hey,
So
if we kept them, so that's a good sign. We're
I
not going
get,
to be
that's
completely
a good
horrible.
sign for now, but I don't know what's gonna happen in the future.
All right, come on.
And then
Well,
like another pick that also happened was Amari
Schultz.
Williams, Kentucky player. And James right here has been convincing me that he was a good pick.
he's
but,
mid.
but I don't know how he's gonna be. I don't know how this dude's gonna be.
Mid.
You're literally getting a 7 foot. Oh my god!
Seven foot.
Actually crashed
7
out.
foot.
All right, you're getting a 7 foot point
Put.
guard. You're giving a 7 foot point guard.
There you go.
A
Okay,
7
so
foot
yeah.
guard.
So,
He can
yeah, that's
he can
not what
and
we
he can
need.
literally run it. He can literally run an offense. He can facilitate. He can rebound. He can block shots. The only issues I have with him is his 3-point shot and his perimeter defense.
Yeah, well, he's 7 feet tall.
Everything else with his game is great.
He's 7
I
feet tall.
promise you, if the Celtics develop him correctly, he will be a good rotational player.
I don't know. Didn't
Yeah,
the
those-
Elias,
I
didn't the
saw
Celtics
it.
also get Shorga?
What?
Didn't the
Oh,
Celtics
yeah,
also
that-
get Max Shorga from VCU?
Yeah, how good is he? The thing, I don't know,
Oh my god, I cried.
He's
You-
pretty good.
Did you cry in a good way or a bad way?
Good way. You know the Celtics are my second team. Come on now.
Second team.
Okay.
Second
All
team.
right. Talk about your Heat then. Talk about
All
your
right,
Heat.
bet. Speaking of the
Yeah, let's
oh
go
my
ahead and talk
god,
about the Heat.
Oh God.
20th pick, dude. I was so scared we were gonna screw
I
this
thought
up.
we were going to trade Jalen Brown and Derek White during the draft, but that didn't
I
happen.
generally thought we would have traded up and got rid of like Hero or Bam, but we stayed put and took Kasparis.
Is that the guy from Illinois?
Yes,
It's not Illinois.
It's Kasparis. It's Kasparis.
Yeah, I know. I got the Kasparis part right. Kasparis. Kasparis. We got Kasparis.
There you go.
20th
Let's do
pick.
There you go. All right.
Man, this is really, honestly, this is perfect. I said before the draft, anything except a big man. And that's exactly what he is. Anything but a big man. Now we can trade Hero. Thank God.
He kind of reminds me of Goran Dragic in a way.
Thank God.
Hey man, the Suns need another guard.
Shut your
Bro, this
You're not feeding him, bro. Come on.
Give us
I
Beal.
don't even think-
Give us
I
Beal.
don't even think we have the trade assets, bro.
Give us Beal. We'll give you Hero.
Bet, bro. Bet. I
want
want to
Beal.
get a
I
contract.
genuinely want Beal.
Sorry.
I don't want Beal because of his contract. You're paying him $53 million next year.
He's eventually
Yeah,
going to
well,
be
you
like
should have
60.
thought about that. All right,
He
but
should have thought about that. He's not part of the office.
I don't give a goddamn fuck. All right,
He should have wrote a hate
Beal.
letter.
but he also got 2 people after the draft as a term signing. Got Michigan center Vladislav Godin, which holy shit, we have our Omer Yurtseven replacement, and Temple forward Steve Settle. I don't know who Steve Settle is. Can someone help me out here?
no idea.
I can't help you there.
I can't help you there.
Exclusive, you're from Philly. How do you not know someone from Temple?
It's Temple.
It's still.
It's Temple.
That's still getting clipped.
That's
Still getting clipped.
But that was the Heat draft. I'm really excited about Kasparis and Vladislav Godin. Don't know much about Steve Settle, but as long as we get rid of Hero, we'll be all right.
All right, who's fucking with the screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna kill y'all.
Who's doing that?
It's me.
James, I
James?
swear to God,
Hey, stop doing that, dude.
I will slap you silly.
All right, man. All right. Who wants to go next?
I guess I can go next with the Sixers.
You poor
All right,
soul.
go ahead.
No,
I feel bad for you.
I was not happy with the pick, the third pick.
Bro, now you can edge.
Oh my god.
Bro, why
No.
are we saying-
No, but like
Ah,
there was like multiple teams we could have traded down to. I don't understand why we would stay at 3 if we weren't going to take Ace Billy. I mean, I would rather have had Trey Johnson, to be honest, and the Wizards got him at 6. I might have rather had Jeremiah Fears. That's like a 50-50 for me. But
He so wanted.
I don't think VJ was a bad pick though, but I don't
No,
think VJ.
but the thing is, the Sixers have never developed anyone that can shoot. We always say we will, and it's never worked out. Whether it was
never said
Carter Williams.
Hey, listen, I will say y'all made Tyrese Maxey a way better shooter because he shot like 29.
yeah, I know, but I feel like we do better with like late round picks than developing top guys for some
Niang.
reason. I don't know. I feel like we could have traded down. Also, I feel like we could have taken Ace Bailey. If he's fine with going to Utah, there's no way he wouldn't have been fine going to Philly.
He
Which
said,
I think-
like, yeah, he don't want the
He
Sixers.
didn't want to go. He didn't
You don't
want
want to be in Utah either.
I know he doesn't want to go there, but
he didn't want to be in Utah, Charlotte, or Philly.
Ace Bailey is retiring from the NBA.
NBA.
Actually, they just announced that he is reporting to today.
yeah,
Or
he's
Saturday.
going to end up
Wow.
playing.
He did report.
Yeah.
Well, he's not being a little baby. That's awesome.
Yes. But I would say my favorite pick from the first round was probably Jace Richardson at 25.
Oh yeah, that pick was awesome.
I feel like he's going to be a good scorer. Like maybe I feel like he could be a 6-man, to be honest. I could see him being a future like 6-man of the year candidate. Honestly,
Yeah,
I think that was
agree.
a really good
Yeah.
pick at 25.
I agree with that. Yeah. All right. And then did you talk about your second round?
Oh,
pick?
second round we got the dude that can't jump, which is also disappointing.
Oh,
I don't
Janai.
know what was the
Nice.
I don't know how this dude's gonna play in the NBA if I'm being honest. So I really have no hopes. But
It's
like
because he's like
and,
6'4".
and the thing that makes it worse is we took Adam Bona last year in the draft, and he's been a good rotational piece. So I don't see the point of having him either.
Y'all also y'all also got Justin Edwards as an
Yeah,
undrafted free agent.
I would have rather seen us take like a small forward or shooting guard, to be honest,
Yeah.
than the dude
I
who
think
can't jump.
if y'all give Justin minutes next year, which I don't know if that's gonna
We
happen,
probably
but-
will. I think he's probably gonna come off the bench.
Yeah, he probably will. If y'all give him minutes, he's gonna be a solid player. But yeah, is that all your picks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I wish we took Chaz Lanier in the second, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Creech, do you have an NBA team?
No, he doesn't.
I mean, not one that I watched. the
He
draft.
quote unquote likes the Pacers.
Well, do you know who they
Quote,
drafted?
unquote,
Do
likes
you want to
the
talk about that?
I do not know who they drafted. No.
All right,
alright.
we're gonna move on to me.
Let's go, James.
Just fuck you,
All
Anthony.
right,
I guess.
So I'm pretty. All right,
I'll go after it.
Ears to bleed, everyone.
I will say I'm pretty happy with what the Suns did. Besides one thing,
I tried to rage bait James so hard at the draft.
I'm going to talk about everything that we did. All right. So first of all, obviously in the Kevin Durant trade, we traded for the 10th pick, and we got the guy who I desperately wanted because our center position is so fucking ass.
I never should have brought up Malwalk.
And guess what? We drafted Kawan Malawak.
Kawan?
Yeah.
It's Kaman. I think it's Kaman.
It's like Kuman.
It's-
like
No, it's Kaman Malawak.
Got it.
Okay, I said his name wrong. Okay, it's Kaman Malawak. We got him from Duke. He was the guy that I wanted. But then a minute later, the Suns traded for Mark Williams
Go.
from the Charlotte Hornets. And we traded the 29th pick. We traded one of our players. I think
No,
it
you
was a
didn't.
big last
No, you
year. He didn't really play that
You
much.
traded the 29th and the 2029 first. You didn't trade any players in that.
We did trade a player because it got added to the deal.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we-
literally, I got added to the deal. I'll have to scroll up a little bit.
And before it's Bradley Beal.
I wish it was Bradley Beal. I want to get off his dang contract.
You ain't getting
Dude,
off
the
that
hate
contract.
James has in his heart for Bradley.
I know.
Yes, I have so much
It's
hate.
exactly how I thought. It's exactly how I felt about Tyler Hero a couple of
Um,
Honestly, it's how I feel about James Harden. So I can
Yeah, I know. Okay, so we traded the 29th pick, a 2029 unprotected first round pick,
That's a
Oh.
dangerous pick. That's a dangerous
and
pick.
That's a dangerous pick.
Vassell-
He's gonna be a playmaker.
That's
and
dangerous.
Vassell Milicic.
Oh, Vassila.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Milicic. I don't even know.
Sludge.
I don't know how to say his last name.
Sludge.
But yeah, here's my problem with that trade. I don't care to get Mark Williams because he's a really good center. But like, why are we? If we're trying to rebuild, why are we trading our first round picks?
Dude, that pick could be like easily like top 5, or
could
it
be
could
a
be third,
top
25.
It's
Like
going to end up being
it's too
Bryce
far.
James.
Like
It
I,
it could be
I
a
feel like
top.
I feel like it's a bad practice overall for a franchise to trade like
Yeah,
a
I
pick 3
agree.
years
Yeah.
Because
out.
like, here's the thing: we have to be in win now mode because we can't rebuild. We don't have picks,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
so we have to be in win now. We have to make the best roster that we possibly can. And if we're trying to quote unquote rebuild, why are we trading our first round picks?
yeah. This
I
is
feel like
awful.
we could have tried. I feel like we could have traded one of our rotational players instead, but I don't know. I don't know. I like Mark Williams a lot. I just don't think we should have traded a first round pick, especially unprotected.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And then after that, in the second round, we made a ton of trades. I think we traded with the Nets, the Warriors. I think it was just the Nets and the Warriors. And no, it was the Nets, the Warriors, and the Timberwolves. Okay, so we traded for pick 36. And then we traded for pick 31 from the Timberwolves and pick 41 from the Golden State Warriors. We traded 52 and 59 from the Warriors to the 41st pick, and then we traded with the Timberwolves to the 31st pick. We got Rasheer Fleming, and I really like him because I watched his film yesterday. His pre-draft analysis that he has very impressive highlights with leaps and bounds over the past 3 years. He has a 7'5" wingspan. I feel like the biggest question mark is his basic passes and his mistakenly prone defensively, perimeter defense. But honestly, I think he's a really good pick because he has a great upside. He has insane upside. For someone who's only 6'8". He's great.
Who's ready for the sound barrier to break for the next pick? You
Um,
have to say.
Yeah. He was a pretty good pick. And at pick 41, we got Kobe Bryant.
Holy
My God, bro.
Okay.
R.I.P. my ears.
You don't gotta speak to the mic. You don't gotta
I'm
do that.
so happy. No, I'm so happy we got Kobe Bryant for this one reason. First of all, our shooting sucks, and two, our perimeter
Devin
defense
Booker.
sucks. And two, our perimeter defense sucks. So for one, we just filled in two voids that the Suns desperately don't have right now, and it's shooting and perimeter defense. And my God, Kobe Bryant at the second half of the season, he became Kentucky's second best defender behind Lamont Butler because in the tournament, and especially towards the end of the regular season, his defense stepped up so well, and as well as like his playmaking is really good too. But the main thing about him is his three-point shooting. He shot 50% at Dayton last year. He was the second best shooter in college basketball behind Reed Shepherd. And this year he shot 44% at Kentucky. And he's gonna be really good. If we can develop him the right way, he can be a solid rotational piece for us.
Guys, James
And then my favorite pick from the first round, honestly, has gotta be Azanul going to Atlanta.
Yeah, good pick.
Austin
I
is going to be great.
I really like Azanul. He's really good. I watched his film at Georgia. I thought it would be a lottery pick coming into this year, but he wasn't that. But he's still going to be a really solid player for Atlanta.
Before Anthony goes, I just want to say that James's favorite player, Zakai Ziegler, has a team. He's a Detroit Piston now.
My God, bro.
Zakai Ziegler is going to purgatory.
Yeah. Honestly, that's bet. I'd rather not sign with any NBA team than go to the Wizards.
I don't feel good. Poor Bob.
Bob, it's okay, man.
He just went he just went to Universal and now he doesn't feel good.
Is this gonna happen to me?
Yes.
Oh God.
It's gonna happen to me when I get back.
And if that happens to you, then I think you might just
it's the germs.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry.
All right, Anthony, you can go over the Toronto Raptors now.
All right. So I believe with pick 9, we had pick 9.
Yeah.
We didn't trade it like I thought we would.
I'm quite surprised by that RJ and that pick made it through out of the first round. And we took the player out of South Carolina, Colin Murray Boyles, who did not look very happy to be a Toronto Raptor. I'll throw that out there.
Yeah, he
He
literally
looks so
said,
pissed off.
the F word. He literally said the F word as soon
Fucking
as he stood up.
pissed.
Yeah, he was so mad. Which honestly, I don't blame him because I mean
I don't blame him. He's going to hell.
And,
Okay.
Yeah.
and I think that could potentially fill a lot of needs for us. But honestly, I think the Raptors are so well-rounded, they could have picked anybody. But adding size to that team is definitely something they needed with, I think their biggest guy on their team is probably Jakob Poeltl, and he's not.
Wait, so do these guys have to like become an actual citizen of Canada?
No.
Okay.
No, but I think they still do technically have to pay Canadian taxes.
Oh,
Yes.
I think they get paid
If
in
they're
US.
Mexican, they still have to have their green card.
Yep, they have to have visas and all that. Well, I don't know if
Yeah,
you need
I
a
don't-
visa.
I can't wait to
I
see
don't know
this.
about that.
So, and then I believe in the second round we took Elijah Martin out of Florida.
That's a great pick.
That's a great pick. I love.
Yeah,
I
average.
love all of
I
the
love
Florida
every
players.
single backcourt player from Florida last year. Walter Clayton, Elijah Martin, and Will Richard, and Denzel Aberdeen.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
want to throw that.
I believe we.
Well, Aberdeen's a given, obviously.
Yeah. All right.
And and I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't know why the absolute
Oh,
hell we fired Masai Ujiri. I saw that
So-
today. I was so pissed.
I want to say something about that, Anthony. I think Ujiri, is that how you say it? Ujiri?
Masai Ujiri. Yep.
Masai Ujiri. I think he got fired because I think it was his call of taking Colin Murray Boyles, but it wasn't the rest of the team's call.
Right.
So they got pissed and
No.
fired him. That's why I think.
I think we fired him because he promised that we'd make a big move before the draft and land somebody like a Giannis or a John Morant, and we didn't. We just stayed put.
I'm gonna make a big splash.
I'm
I'm
a rich, bro.
gonna
Come on.
sign a big name. Colin Murray Boyles it is, champ.
Colin Murray Boyles and whatever the fuck
Listen though,
Elijah
Colin
Martin.
listen, I get South Carolina was very bad last year, but Colin Murray Boyles is a great basketball player.
Yeah, but from where Masai was hyping up the Raptors, like he was hyping us up to be in that championship caliber territory next year, and he honestly just failed. But he took this franchise from being the joke of the NBA and delivering us Kawhi Leonard in a championship and multiple playoff appearances under DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, etc. Valanciunas.
My goat.
It got us players like OG Anunoby and I'm trying to think of some other Fred VanVleet,
Siakam.
Pascal Siakam. That's a good one. So like I was so furious to find out we fired Masai because I don't know where this Raptors organization
Scotty as well.
is. Scotty as well. Yep, people thought he was a reach and he got a really
was one
great
of them.
player. And I just don't know where the Raptors go from here. It's honestly terrifying without him because he was our vice president, our GM, all that. The head of operations, he was everything, and now we have so many holes we need to
I
fill.
feel like you guys have a lot of good players, but they don't necessarily fit.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
I
has
don't
to
like
be
our-
right.
I think it's our
coach.
coaching.
Listen, I don't think Quickly fits y'all's system. I also don't think RJ Barrett really does either. But
RJ was one of our best players last year.
No, but
well, yeah,
like,
I know, but I'm just saying I don't think he fits the system that well because like he's a great scorer, but like anytime I'm watching the Raptors,
He just wants him on the Suns, guys. Don't worry about him.
Yeah.
all right, bro.
I kind of feel like you guys need to do a better job of building around Scotty. To be honest, you guys are giving more shooters. I feel.
To be fair, I think Scotty is a 2
No.
on any real
No.
contending team. I
Yeah.
really don't think he is a 1.
But like
He's not a one.
Like you need someone like that's why I think they were really pushing for people like John Morant or Giannis. I don't think Giannis with a
Yeah.
realistic expectation.
Dude, if they got Ja, it would literally be the thug kid hanging out with the autistic kid in school.
And honestly, it would have been good for Ja, honestly, because he couldn't get in any gun problems. Like,
Gotta be like, no.
He can't. I don't think guns are legal in Canada. If they are, they're
They
very
are.
heavily
Well-
restricted.
Well, don't tell that to the
Well-
person who killed Houdini.
So
Alright.
that would have been perfect for Ja. Anyways, back on topic. I think my favorite player that, besides obviously the top heavy guys, I really like Derek Queen going to New Orleans. That's
Oh,
who I personally really, really wanted.
Bro, have you guys seen the memes where Zion thinks it's Dairy Queen? That was so funny, dude. I can't
There's
stop.
no way.
I can't stop
I've
watching those.
never laughed so hard in my
Bro, I
life.
know it's so funny, those ones. I just have to bring that up.
Can I say my favorite pick? And it's
Yeah,
not
go
a
ahead.
first, it's not a first round pick.
All right, go
okay.
ahead.
Throw it in
So
there.
my favorite pick actually is fuck. I'm laughing before the punchline. Is when the Suns took Kobe Brea. So
What,
this is
actually?
only funny if you remember what his name was in the server for like 2 weeks.
His name was Kobe Brea.
Because he literally looked like Kobe Bryant for like the longest time.
Me? I look like Kobe Brea.
You did, remember?
Yeah, I look.
Remember you looked like Kobe for like.
I ain't gonna lie. There was a stretch where I actually looked like Kobe Brea.
Yeah, that's why I said it. Oh my god, should I just?
Anyways,
Gee.
I'm sorry. I'm autistic. Leave me alone. I'm autistic.
another great player I really liked. I'll throw in another one. As someone who watches a lot of Ivy League basketball, I really liked the Danny Wolf pick to Brooklyn. Obviously, he was at Michigan last year, but he was a fucking beast.
Question:
Yale.
Can we ban Bob from chat forever? Holy
Yes,
shit,
please.
stop
Like, shut
talking.
the fuck up.
Stop spamming.
I don't even think I can let Bob in.
Damn.
Yeah, you
No,
can
I'm
only
talking-
do 6.
I
Yeah,
can't
Bob,
let Bob in. All right, no, I can't let Bob in. Here's why: the studio is limited to 6 people on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got in at the perfect time then,
Yeah, you actually
But-
did.
dude. I was just watching the stream and then I was
Here,
just
you
like,
know what? I'm gonna
Michael
I'm gonna remove myself and let Bob.
No.
Is he
Damn.
dumb? Is he dumb?
What a fucking
no.
retard.
Why would he do
What a
that?
dumbass.
Bro.
Now we don't have the host.
Now we don't have a goddamn host.
Bro, what is
What the
happening? What is happening?
We're running wild.
This podcast has gone to shit.
Oh god damn it.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
no.
podcast might take like what 5 hours now.
Bro, it's only 1 hour, 12 minutes.
It's only 1 hour and 12 minutes.
And another player I
Uh,
really like.
Okay, so what do we do now?
Get
What
out.
do we do now?
Bob, get
Yes.
out.
I believe.
He said let him in, and now he's muted. What the heck?
Dude.
Uh,
But
bruh.
to add on, I think Danny Wolf.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's the last straw.
Oh
He
my
muted himself.
god.
He muted himself. That's why I took him out.
This
I was
is
like,
why
yeah,
no one will
if you're just
ever
gonna
love
mute
you.
yourself, bro, I'm taking you out of the stream.
Who is calling me?
Bro.
Someone's calling you.
Yeah. Just random.
All right, let me check the freaking list.
I just told you
Wait,
to
hold
shut
on. Wait, no, let Bob back in real quick. He was talking to his dad. He said,
There's only 6 people.
Only
I
six.
can't
But
let him
like,
back
Bob,
in.
We're
no,
not letting
Bob,
him
like,
in.
seriously,
He's a
the
sick boy.
maximum is 6 people. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Can't let Bob
Right,
in.
can we just move on now? Because
Yeah.
Okay, he just said, okay, we sleep. Yeah, he.
All right, let's move on to the next subject. This is taking long enough.
I think it was
That's-
NFL offseason updates. Was it that?
yes. Yes, it,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Wait, was it
Yeah.
NFL? Wait, hang on.
Yes,
let's
it
check.
is.
That's the next.
Yeah, it's a NFL offseason updates, and I think Creech is gonna.
Yeah,
lock
it's
in.
NFL offseason updates.
Creech is
Alright,
going to
we'll
start
let
us
Creech
off
work
because
on
he
this
hasn't done anything all day. Let's go.
Yeah, let Creech do this.
Oh!
one.
I'm not doing the entire thing.
Preach!
I'm doing the entire thing.
Creech.
You guys can, like,
Creech.
Come on, Creech, lock in.
well, obviously, since I'm a Steelers fan, I'm obviously gonna have to mention the Aaron Rodgers signing.
Get
Lock in,
screwed.
Spencer.
I don't know how to feel about that one. I mean,
Dude,
seems like
You were all
he seems like he's gonna try.
you were all optimistic and seeing Getty wanted to kill himself.
Dude, honestly, I don't think it's that bad since it's only gonna be for 1 year.
No,
Yeah, he's gonna
it's
retire.
not gonna be that bad.
Yeah, if he's gonna
It
retire
is his
one-
last year,
If he-
so.
It's
if
not
he
that. I don't think it's
plays
the worst
good,
case.
then we have.
You guys, on the bright side, you guys are at least going 9-8.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin's gonna know how to bring your team to a winning record as usual.
At least we can enjoy. At least we can enjoy ourselves not winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it'll be a nice farewell tour for Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers.
I mean, he
What are
seems
we
like
doing if the Steelers win the
he
Super Bowl?
seems like he wants to have a
Killing
really
myself.
good season, though. So, yeah, I think I mean, I might just be a biased Steelers fan, but I think that we have a good chance to at least get a not 7 seed playoff spot.
You're getting the 7 seed.
You're gonna get 6.
We're getting the 7th seed.
You're getting the 7.
Maybe the 6th seed.
You're gonna take
Maybe
7.
the
I don't
8.
like it.
There's no 8 seed.
I
There's
know.
no eighth.
I know.
How do you think the Bengals are gonna be this year?
They're gonna go to Super Bowl.
They have the offense, not the defense.
Yeah, it's the same situation like last year.
Isn't
honestly.
Trey Henderson still on like that?
He's still crashing out.
think-
Yes.
Oh yeah. Speaking of similar things, TJ Watt still doesn't have a deal.
TJ still hasn't signed. Trey still hasn't
Is
signed.
he still holding out?
Shamar Stewart. Can we talk about it? Can we
This is
talk
so
about it?
weird.
Can we
I
talk about Shamar Stewart?
yeah, I don't understand what's happening.
Oh
It's
my
so
god,
weird.
dude, he's just declining to sign his deal for what some fuck ass reason.
Bro thinks he's Bo Jackson.
He thinks he's Bo Jackson.
Yeah, that
I
I
was
know.
literally brought it up. I brought up the Bo Jackson thing.
Dude, it's weird. I feel like I've never seen this before. A rookie not signing with their team, at least the
Like,
first round pick.
Bo Jackson was the last one.
Yeah, Bo
That's
Jackson was the last one.
crazy.
And to be fair, you've been alive since 1944. So, Unk.
Who'd say that to?
Yeah, who the fuck did you say that to?
I think the
Both of you.
so.
No, but where does he want to go? I don't understand what his goal is, honestly.
I think his goal is just to get more money.
But
To be
like,
fair, why would anyone want to go to Cincinnati?
Because they
yeah.
have a good offense.
can-
But like,
Yeah,
but like
correct.
you look at that. If you want to
Yeah.
win, if you're a rookie and you're trying to win, Cincinnati isn't the worst place, honestly.
I know.
Yeah.
Like
Cincinnati.
football wise.
Did y'all hear
Football-wise.
about the Terry McLaurin trade rumors? How he doesn't have.
Yeah.
How he's getting
Oh
frustrated
my
about-
god, can we?
I don't think he
That's
gets traded.
important.
No shot.
That's important.
Dude,
And
if
I want to
that
say this.
that
I've
was
heard
important,
so much
like-
about Terry to the Raiders. I've heard so much about Terry to Arizona.
I would like to see him in Arizona, honestly.
Terry,
I'd
yeah.
dead ass cry if
Dude,
he
Marvin
had-
Harrison and Scary Terry would go crazy. Not gonna
But
lie.
I would kill
if
myself.
Terry
Terry
gets,
Seahawks
McLaurin.
fan.
if Terry
Hell.
gets,
Hell on
Oh
earth.
yeah, Anthony's gonna hate that.
Yeah,
Dude,
bro.
Terry
Oh my God.
McLaurin and DJ
I
Watt
just want
have
to
fun
point this
listening to
one
him.
thing out about how much I hate Seahawks fans. Not you, Anthony, just
I was about
Seahawks
to
fans in
say,
general.
let's fucking fight.
Yeah, let's fight. Let's go.
right.
The
Put 'em up.
Alright, boxing match on the podcast. Let's go.
entirety of last year, you guys were like you're trashing on us on Twitter, on Instagram, on everything. Then week 17 comes around. Oh, you need a win from us? You need a win from us? Nah. Go ahead, Los Angeles. You take that spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't the game end with like Kyle Murray throwing a pick in the
Yup.
red zone?
Right
Or
to
the end
Akella
zone,
Williams.
actually?
yeah,
Yep. I was so happy.
God, I'm so glad we don't have Geno Smith anymore. Thank fuck.
Ha.
Oh,
Now you
Well,
have
you have Sam
now
Darnold.
you
now,
have a
so-
replica of your 2013 room of
yeah.
Matt Flynn.
Sam
and
Darnold's the new
Wilson.
Matt Flynn.
And
And
Jalen
besides,
Milrose Rust. Like I said,
Exactly.
we screwed up letting Seattle get.
Dude,
no,
I was I wanted the Steelers to draft Jalen Monroe that entire
Yeah.
draft.
Well, now you have Will Howard, which Will Howard isn't bad at all.
He's
Will Howard, national champion.
dude, he's
Okay,
really a
so
perfect
let's calm
Steelers
down.
player too. Will Howard.
I don't know how he felt
He
at the
fits the
6th round. I
Steelers,
thought
I
he was
feel.
projected a 3rd or 4th rounder.
On a
He-
side note,
Or
I
4th
do
or
think Jackson Dart will be the best QB out of this draft.
No,
Me too.
No.
I don't agree.
Actually, no, Cam
Cam
Ward.
Ward.
I
Ward.
was so
Cam
hyped.
Ward.
No, I think it's Dart.
I think Dart's gonna be a bust.
I've
to
been
be
high on
honest.
Dart since he was like a projected 4th round pick, and
I
then
don't-
he just
I don't-
Chad, hear me out.
I
What
don't
if
believe in it.
Chad, hear me out? Russell Wilson gets benched after the first 2 games. Jackson Dart comes into the game against the Chiefs and they win.
That'd be crazy.
I
they
I
just
just-
got to bench him this whole
It's
year.
a perfect
and they're gonna
script.
ruin
It's
him.
a perfect script.
No,
dude, they're gonna start Jameis at some point.
the thing is, the Ole Miss offense is not a good indicator for like an NFL offense.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, Russell
Like,
Wilson is
that's
not
the problem. I
That's
think
where
if,
Trey Harris fell.
yeah, but I feel like if Jackson Dart sits for like 2 seasons, which is crazy to say. I could maybe see him.
I mean, it
third
worked
season
for
being
Jordan
good.
Love.
Listen.
Yeah,
Jackson,
I think he needs that type of treatment.
Jackson Dart
100%.
is listen. Jackson Dart is the same quarterback that got outplayed by Brock Vandegrift. He is
Bro.
Shut up. For the love of God, shut up.
Dude,
And he
I
brought
don't-
up Kentucky
I don't
again.
care.
How do you
I
feel?
don't
Kentucky.
care.
Who?
I don't
Who?
care.
Dart is
Stop.
Barry Sanders is better than Jackson Dart.
Stop.
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 Stop. Let's get Bob back in here.
Let's get Bob back in. He had some good
Can
takes.
we actually get Bob back?
No, no way.
Oh my god.
I thought Bob was okay. No, I thought Bob was actually still.
No,
in
he's
here.
sleeping. He's
Oh,
Yeah,
sleeping.
he said he was going to sleep.
Yeah, he's going to sleep. He said.
He go
okay,
bye-bye.
we
He go
and then
night-night.
He said, "Okay, we sleep."
But
Yeah.
there, I have a
Sleepy
thought
boy.
that I think all three of those Giants quarterbacks are going to start this year. Winston, Wilson, and Dart. I think all three.
Yeah,
of them
I
are
could
going
see
to
I think
that.
all three of them are going to start this year for sure.
I
And they
really
end up
hope
starting
Dart
again.
doesn't. I
But
don't want
I-
Dart to start. He
Yeah,
needs
I
to
really
sit.
don't think Dart should start.
He needs to sit for at least a year and a half.
Yeah, I
Or else
agree.
you're gonna get an Anthony Richardson type situation.
Yeah, I
No,
agree.
he will be,
Well,
bro.
Here's the thing.
Anthony
That's why they
Richardson-
have. That's
I'm
why
scared
they
about
have
Christian
Russ and
Wilkins.
Jameis.
But like one thing I did want to bring up, like we forgot to talk about, I'm kind of worried that Jaden Daniels might have sophomore slump if Terry leaves.
That is
Yeah.
true. That could
That's
happen.
what-
I
I
think
am-
he's going to have the sophomore slump either way.
He-
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett still hasn't had a losing record.
Can you shut up for 5 minutes?
Bro.
I'm sorry.
No, he's cooking with this one.
Yeah, come on, bro. Come on,
That
guys.
made me irrationally mad. I'm sorry.
I'm not
Come
gonna
on.
lie though. I'm a bit scared about
Come
the
on.
Christian Wilkins news. That dude has not come close from injury yet.
Oh, can we talk about how the Texans got the gun guy, Damon Arnett?
Let's go.
Oh,
They got
Really? Do we
they
really
got
talk
the
about that?
they got the true shooter.
UFL legend.
Yeah, and gun store legend.
That dude, we literally drafted this.
Henry
guy.
Ruggs is totally gonna come back to the NFL.
He's gonna be a chief.
He's
Oh,
so
I
like there's
probably.
there's
No.
teams that are interested in him.
Stop giving me thoughts.
I'm so sad. Like what happened with
Steelers
Henry
need a wide
Ruggs.
receiver.
Dude,
Do not do that to me, bro.
Like there's just teams that are already interested in him.
Yeah,
Kansas City.
Like he legit murdered someone and a dog, and
Yeah.
I
He literally
know.
murdered a woman
He was
and a
driving
dog.
down
He's
the
about to
dick.
walk free.
it's we'll get on to the baseball version of that later. But
yeah.
I think
What?
some people know who I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bro.
I know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
wonder who. I wonder who.
I wonder who else
wonder.
got off scot free.
wonder.
Antonio Brown fled the country.
Can you?
Did
I
he?
know. Yeah, they said that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he did. He
this
did
is
actually.
old news.
I saw he went
Snail.
broke. I didn't know he fled the country.
Yeah, he fled the country.
He fled the country.
Where is
He's in
he?
Iran.
Where is he now, though?
He's in Iran.
I don't know where he is.
Oh my
in
god,
Iran.
he's right. He was. I did see something that he was in Iran.
He is in Iran.
That's insane.
Wait, is bro cooked?
Is he the one who dropped the bomb? I'm sorry.
Bro.
All right,
Bro.
chill.
Oh, why? Why are
No.
No, we don't need to get political in this.
I'm
in
not.
this
I just
podcast.
need to say that one.
All right. Nah, you're
All right.
getting muted, buddy.
Blood.
No, don't mute it.
Blood.
Okay, guys.
All right.
I'm playing.
That's
I'm
what I was
just playing.
talking about.
Just joshing around, guys. I'm just joshing.
Dude, we're straight up getting canceled for this.
Let's go. You know how much I cancel myself on a daily
I think the
basis? This means
Buccaneers
nothing.
could be really good this year.
All right. So are we still on NFL?
All right,
I
like,
think
we're
the
still on
Pan-
NFL.
Yeah,
We
we're
haven't
on
gone
NFL.
anywhere.
Hot take: Panthers win their division.
Loki, I see that happening.
I could see it.
Bryce
I
Young's
don't-
going to take that
I
step.
think Bryce Young is going to have
I
a
can
huge
see it.
season.
And again, it is the Carolina Panthers.
I don't know
They
if the
did also draft
I
that
don't know
pretty
if-
good
I
wide
don't know if
receiver.
they did.
To
So
be fair, the South is really weak. It's always really weak.
Yeah, it is really
I don't know.
bad.
The Bucks,
I think Tampa Bay's
good.
put belt to ass the last 2 years.
Like Tampa's just got like Baker magic.
They got Baker, they got
Ba-
Mike.
Baker's just
The
Baker's
Bucks
really-
receiver
no,
room
listen.
is really good.
Baker
now.
literally revived his career, bro.
I know.
They got Mike, Godwin, Ekbuka.
I think
and
Cleveland
Jalen
has
Warren.
to be regretting trading him still. Because
Oh my gosh, why did they do that? Like he wasn't even playing that bad.
Yeah.
They replaced him
It
for
was a
Deshaun Watson, by the way.
Nah, bro. Baker
Just a
literally.
friendly reminder, they replaced Baker Mayfield with Deshaun Watson. Just a
All right,
reminder.
guys. Here's the real question: who are the Browns going to start in Week 1 out of their
Can
five?
I don't know. There's
Flacco.
5 QBs on that roster.
No,
Yeah.
Joe Flacco. It's gonna be Joe Flacco.
Flacco.
I think it's gonna be Pickett.
It's gonna be Kenny Pickett.
I think
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be Pickett.
I think it'll be Flacco.
No,
It's
the
fine.
Imagine if
Browns.
it's Dylan
No,
Gabriel.
no.
I
The
think
Browns
not.
actually
Listen,
really love
Hot
Kenny
take.
Pickett for no
Hot
reason at
take. I
all.
think it's going to be Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan
No.
Gabriel.
No.
Bro, bro.
What? No.
Dude.
Dude,
Sometimes it's not our turn to talk.
You're just saying a hot take because
Just
You
to
just want to
say
be
it.
different.
yeah. You want to be fucking
Sorry,
different.
here, Ray, I'll mute.
Dude, I don't even think Dylan Gabriel's going to play one NFL game, honestly.
No,
Like
no
regular
shot.
season.
Yeah, I don't think he's
He's
gonna
gonna be in
good.
the UFL in 2 years.
Yeah.
Thank God. Michigan Panther shooter.
He's gonna be the starting quarterback of I don't know,
Dude,
the
I'm actually
Seattle
scared about
XFL team.
I'm
Or
actually
Seattle
scared about the
XFL team.
Christian Wilkins news, though.
Yeah,
That dude
That's-
is not close to returning from his injury. He might miss the entire season.
that's a
Again.
big killer for the Raiders defense.
And I'm hearing rumors though he might have to trade for another defensive tackle because Wilkins
Yeah,
might
but,
not
like-
be healthy.
James, I thought you were muted.
Yeah, but no, here, listen.
Go back in your hole.
Listen, Tonica Hemingway is going to be pretty good, though. I think he's going to be good.
Is he gonna start?
No.
Yeah. He
My
should.
thought exactly.
He should.
Tonka
It-
Hemingway is not going to start. They'd rather start
he,
Pegues.
he will if they don't trade for someone.
They'd rather start Pegues.
Hold up. I mean, wait. Let me look at this depth chart real quick.
It's literally going to be Pegues no matter
We're
what.
pulling. I'm sorry, but we have to go to the depth chart. I'm sorry. We have to go
You
to
know how
this.
inaccurate depth charts are sometimes.
Yeah.
Hold up.
The depth
Like
charts
what?
aren't even out yet.
So yeah, because Sean Murphy Bunting is still projected to be our starter, and he's out for the year. Which, thank God,
I
hallelujah.
feel,
I don't
Dude,
I don't
I'm
like
actually scared
I
about
don't
Christian
like making
Wilkins,
fun of
dude. I don't.
injuries, but hallelujah, Sean Murphy Bunting's out for the year.
Wait, what the?
Why is
frick?
that a good
Adam
thing?
Butler is also questionable, so we have two.
Yeah,
defensive
Adam
tackles.
Butler. Adam Butler's not that big of a deal.
Well, I don't know what's going on.
I think you're gonna end up starting Pegues.
There's just. Do you guys ever get that feeling where you think your team's okay, but then they're actually not?
That's exactly how I felt a couple years ago.
That's
you
how
also
I,
have-
that's how I
and-
felt.
Oh, 2020. How I
That's how I
And-
felt with Kentucky football last year.
well,
Like,
he's always been mid, so I don't know why you ever thought that.
not to
No,
mention, I
no,
think the
I-
Raiders.
no,
the Raiders
I-
still
I
need. They
generally
still need a
thought we
corner.
would
They
finish-
still need a corner.
I
Honestly,
generally thought we would finish the season 8-4 after we beat.
I'm
Old
not
Dominion.
watching Eric Stokes play football.
What's
And then
wrong?
we just get BTA'd by DJ Lagway, and then
Also,
we
let's
lose.
not forget Alex
lose
Kappa
all-
is part of our team.
You've been talking nonstop about how horrible Alex Kapp is for about the last week and a half.
No, because somebody on Volcourt said that he's a terrorist.
He is
They
100%.
pinged it.
Oh.
What? Actually, I don't think I should have said that word on stream.
No, you're good.
You're gonna get
I
fucking banned.
You're good. I
Yeah.
literally brought up Iran earlier. We'll be okay.
Yeah, boys, y'all are gonna get me
You're
banned.
getting canceled.
What? Who cares?
We're getting canceled on Twitch.
Thank God.
Which
On
We're
Twitch.
not on Twitch, you idiot.
No, I meant Twitter. Fuck.
We're not on Twitter.
Again.
guys, we're getting canceled on Twitch.
Guys,
I meant
no.
Twitter.
We're getting canceled on Kick,
Or
guys.
actually, it's called X.
We're getting canceled on TikTok.
We're getting canceled on Kick. It's over. Let's back
Dude,
up.
they're going to take away our partnership deal.
Take away our partnership with Spotify.
Yeah, we're definitely sponsored, guys.
Sponsored by
Sponsored
NSC.
by- Sponsored by Prime Hydration.
Sponsored by Dairy Queen.
Yes, bro.
Sponsored by James's Basement.
Sponsored by
I
Banner
ain't
Spice.
gonna
I don't
lie.
have a
There's also
basement.
rumors that
I
we
swear
might
I
also-
don't have a basement. All right,
I'm not
y'all
gonna
want to
lie,
go into
it-
Major League Baseball?
Maybe.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Europe. All right, let's go.
Yeah, that.
All right,
that-
all right.
that-
All right.
that-
First topic. First topic. Who's the most surprising team right now?
St.
Tigers.
Louis.
Tigers.
Tigers,
Yes,
definitely.
The Tigers are surprising.
I think it's St. Louis.
Cardinals
Are up there. Tigers are up there, but I really think the Cardinals.
have been really good.
I thought they were going to be near the bottom. Not the bottom because obviously there's Pittsburgh, but I thought St. Louis was going to be really bad this year because
Dude,
Sonny
can I
Gray
talk
was their
about-
fucking ace, and he's just been a stud for the Cardinals. And players like Nolan Arenado has returned to Rocky form, and players like Lars Nootbaar has stepped up for him.
But dude, the Tigers have like the best record in the AL, which is crazy.
I think so. I think
They,
Yeah.
they're tied for the best record in the
Oh,
league.
no, listen.
They
I
have
thought the
51
Tigers.
wins. They have
No,
51 wins.
listen. I thought the Tigers were going to finish third, like behind Kansas City and.
I thought Kansas City was going to take the division, but they
You're so weird for that one.
Okay, no.
Listen,
That's
I thought
okay.
Kansas City would be second, but right now Kansas City's kind of been disappointing.
they've lost 5 straight.
Guardians have disappointed me a lot.
Yeah,
I didn't think Cleveland would be.
I think honestly, I think that division's the most disappointing right now because the Guardians. They're
Oh
not-
no,
The Rockies have 63 losses.
the Colorado Rockies. I can't believe I had them in the playoffs.
bro.
You did
What?
You had them in the
Yeah.
playoffs?
Rockies playoffs preseason.
What? You had them in the playoffs?
Clip it! Clip it!
Flip it. I don't
No,
care.
you know what, Landon? You just
All right,
passed every single bad James take that James
This
has
is
had.
the worst take I've ever heard in my
ever.
life.
You just
That was
passed James
before
for
the
bad take.
season. I didn't know.
I don't care.
Bro.
I
Landon,
genuinely
no.
didn't watch. I didn't watch a lick of shit.
Lando, you just passed James on every single bad
Okay, let's calm down here.
I couldn't name you one good player.
Alright.
You just
I
passed
don't
James
know,
on
compare
every
me to
bad
that
take.
film.
I've had some really bad takes before, bro.
Yeah, that does not surpass any of that.
James-
Shut
James-
your
Listen,
mouth.
It
Listen,
surpassed
bro.
some of them.
Did
I
James
thought
just
it was-
acknowledge
Surpass
his
some
bad
of them, I will
takes?
say that.
Here, I thought
Every single
Snap
one of them, like Elias'
in-
dumbass just said.
Pretty close. Like that was.
All right,
That was
That's one of the
right.
worst takes I've ever heard.
all right, but I want to talk.
That's still getting clipped.
I don't care. All right,
What did he say?
I want to talk.
Bro just missed what he said.
Oh my
Courage was
God.
doing something. He was off beating off the snap hose.
Okay,
What? That's insane.
okay. Can we
Whoa,
stop?
oh,
saying this shit
shoot.
on stream? Can we stop saying this shit on stream, bro? Come on.
Dude, we're already getting canceled. It doesn't matter.
Okay, but let's. All right.
All right.
Creech Ray just said that he had the Colorado Rockies making the playoffs in the preseason.
I mean, I have no idea who's good. So
The Rockies are
Okay.
18
Brother.
63.
The Rockies are kind of like ass.
The worst team of all time.
Yeah.
Also,
Are they-
before we
listen-
continue with the
Well, wait. Honestly, I think they're worse than the White Sox last year.
Maybe.
They will be.
Also,
Yeah, no, they will be.
No, I thought the White
I
Sox
think
were
they
the worst
will.
team last year.
also, before we continue, an NHL trade just happened. Like just
What was it?
All right, let's go ahead and bring that up.
the Avalanche just traded Charlie Coyle and Miles Wood to the Blue Jackets for Gavin Brindley, a third, and a 2027 conditional second.
I couldn't tell you if that's
The only person that I know in that trade is Charlie Coyle, but that's it.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. I want to talk. Oh my God, can I talk about the Red Sox real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, please do.
Walker Bueller, man,
You suck.
Walker Bueller. Before the season, I called you our ace.
Probably still is.
Shut your potty mouth.
Continue.
All right, but Walker Bueller, I called you our ace before the season, and you, sir, I'm trying to find your ERA. Bro, I'm trying to find you on our roster page. I don't see you. That's how ass you are. All right, there you are. Walker Bueller, you have a 6.29 ERA.
Oh my God.
You are 5-5. I've never watched a pitcher be more ass than you, and I watched the debut of Jalen Beeks. Get your shit together. Brian Bayo, I genuinely have no opinion on you anymore. You're either good or ass. There's no
Pitches
in between.
tonight
Yeah, that's
Pitches tonight. Oh,
Yeah,
how fun!
against Barrios. Barrios versus
Great,
Bayo.
great. We're gonna lose 10-2.
Let's go Blue Jays! Woo!
Shut up.
No.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me look at this lineup right now. So it's Bayo pitching. Duran, since you're my new favorite Red Sox because of what took place a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I already explained that. We do not need to do
Devers. Devers. No.
this. This is so depressing.
I genuinely cried. I'm gonna be so real. That was my favorite player on the so Jaron Duran, as my new Red Sox favorite player, you are taking the brunt of my cursing.
Wow.
All right. Batting second, Abraham Toro. And honestly, I'm be honest, Toro's been one of our better players this season so far. Why is Roman batting third?
because he wants to.
Can you die? Sorry.
Okay, let's calm down. Come on.
Sorry.
Hey,
I'm pissed off about Walker Buehler. All
dude,
right.
what are you doing?
The rest of our pitching, like, it's okay. Besides Giolito, because Giolito has been surprisingly awful.
I wouldn't say call this surprisingly.
Yeah.
Oh my God! We play the Dodgers.
Can you
Yeah,
die? God.
Bro, calm down.
James, what did I ask?
Yeah, when did we ask, Big Dog?
I mean, that is pretty rough for anything.
Garrett Crochet is genuinely so good. We just never have any run support for him.
I'm so glad we don't have to face him this series.
Yeah, can you just
We
fuck
get Baello, Giolito, and Bueller.
off? So we're basically gonna get swept. Oh my god.
We have Barrios, Bassett, and Lauer, who are three best pitchers.
Incoming 8-game losing streak.
I'd like to say Eric Lauer has a 2.21 ERA. He played at Korea last year. And he's 4-1.
Damn.
I want to kill myself.
Eric Lauer has been amazing.
Who are your guys' early World Series picks?
Can I say a hot take?
Yeah. Oh, is it the Rockies?
Go fuck yourself. I'm saying San Francisco.
I could see it.
San Francisco isn't even in a playoff spot.
If they get it.
Yeah, it's not even All-Star break. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
Wait, what's their record?
Let me look.
44 and 37.
Over
Yeah.
here. Who has been the most disappointing team this season?
Seattle.
Atlanta Braves.
Seattle.
Honestly, probably,
Boston.
I would say either Baltimore or Atlanta.
I think
Baltimore.
The Atlanta Braves have been so disappointing, and Baltimore too.
I think it's the Orioles, to be honest.
Yeah.
Seattle for me.
I lean more towards Baltimore. They have been very disappointing.
I'll say it's Seattle for me because I had them in the ALCS this year.
Yeah.
I really thought Seattle was going to be really good this year. I thought Julio was going to take that MVP step, and he's just not.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like,
I don't know. I find
Something
Baltimore
told me that Julio was just never actually that good.
I mean, I
he's-
wouldn't say that. He's
I
just
wouldn't
not
say
living up to the potential he has.
Yeah, like
Oh,
I
also,
think we're waiting for him to become the MVP.
I really thought he was going to be like the next Ken Griffey for Seattle, and it just hasn't panned out for that.
Like,
I don't want to sidetrack, but Elias, our last three batters tonight are David Hamilton, Connor Wong, and Nick Sogard.
Oh,
We are so cooked. Why is Narvaez not batting?
We're winning this series. Let's go.
Can you die?
I don't know if Guerrero's playing though. He was hurt.
Guerrero, Luis?
No,
Oh, Vladimir.
Vladimir.
I thought you were talking about our Guerrero, Luis.
No. Oh, he is in the lineup.
Oh my no.
He's batting fifth though. What?
this is so bad.
Bichette, Barger, Kirk.
Is
Springer,
Barger playing? Barger's not playing, is he?
Addison Barger is batting second.
Oh, thank God. Barger's back.
Springer, Lukes, Clement, Jimenez, Clase, Roden.
Oh, fuck. Why is Alan Roden playing? That dude needs to be fucking.
Yes, so Guerrero Jr. is not on.
Oh, is he not playing?
Nope.
Okay. I didn't think he would be playing.
It's still Barrios, though.
Well, yeah, he's our starting pitcher.
Yeah, die.
That means Clement must be playing first base and Barger's playing third.
Clement is playing third.
Then who the fuck is playing first? Barger?
First is... Wait.
It's got to be Clement.
Wait,
He's
no,
a-
there's... What the fuck? It just says... It's saying that Barger and Clement are playing third. They have to switch that.
Yeah, it's Clement playing first.
And they're saying Clase and Roden are both playing left field. Yeah, this is wrong.
What the-
Wait, why is... I have a question, Anthony. Why is Andres Jimenez absolutely horrible?
He just can't hit the fucking ball. I don't know what it is.
Alejandro Kirk is so
dude,
good.
he wasn't even that bad on the Guardians. I don't know what
Okay,
happened.
here's the starting lineup. So it's Bichette at shortstop, Barger at third, then
Okay.
obviously Kirk at catcher, Springer at DH, Lukes at center, Clement at first, Jimenez at second, Clase in left, and Roden in right.
Okay.
That's the starting lineup.
Yo, Creech, talk about the Pirates.
Yeah, Creed, talk about the Pirates, even though you know nothing about baseball.
I don't even know.
Bro.
I don't
Bro, if
watch-
we got
I don't-
Getty
I
in
don't-
here, he
I
would
don't
just
on this
understand
podcast,
anything.
bro.
Dude, Getty would crash out, bro.
Getty would be crashing out right now.
Do you wanna do some, like-
I just don't watch the
Trade deadline picks, like possible
Trade
trade.
deadline. Okay. I have a hot take. I think the Rangers are going to trade Jonah Heim.
I was gonna go trade Garcia, to be honest.
I think the Red Sox. I think there was a list I sent of
I am
Red Sox players I hope get traded.
I am praying the Royals don't trade any of their good players.
Dude,
bro.
I need the Phillies to get Garcia, bro, from the Rangers. Like, badly.
I don't
There
think this
was-
trade deadline is going to be.
Oh yeah, so what are your thoughts on the
But
Phillies?
the Angels manager isn't returning to the team this season, apparently.
Really?
No,
Yep.
yeah, he has health issues.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's going to be
Ron
Ray
Washington.
Montgomery the rest of the season.
Ron Washington has bad health issues.
So he's going to die soon. Damn.
Probably, honestly. Like that's not even like exaggerating.
Yeah.
It's like when Tony La Russa was with the White Sox.
Yeah. In which
But
Tony La Russa was just bad. So
But I honestly don't think there will be a lot of trades this deadline because like everybody is
Yeah.
so like so close together.
Yeah, actually, I understand.
I sent a list that the Red Sox could be moving on from another server. I put in Tanner Houck, Richard Fitz, Luis Guerrero, Josh Winkowski, Connor Wong, Vaughn Grissom, David Hamilton, Greg Weiser.
Tanner needs to go though.
And
Like obviously,
Houck needs to go.
like I think Ryan O'Hearn will get traded from the Royals, but I think that's like only the biggest like trade deadline piece that's going to get traded.
O'Hearn, yeah.
Because
And
like
maybe we could see
I don't see Texas trading anyone. I don't see Boston trading anyone. I don't see Minnesota.
we're gonna at least trade one person. We always
I think
do.
I think Texas could be a surprise trader, to be honest.
I think Arizona could. I think Arizona could be. A
I have a
trader.
I think that the
or Atlanta.
I think that the Pirates could probably end up trading Tommy Pham.
That's not huge news.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
I'm just saying, like Tommy Pham always finds a way to get traded.
I think the biggest players that'll get traded is like Ryan O'Hearn. I think IKF will be a big trade deadline move.
IKF, maybe Bryce Terang.
I don't think that's Bryce Trang. Isn't he with the Brewers?
Yes.
But he's like one of their super young players. I don't think he would get traded.
Yeah, I don't think
to
the
be honest
Brewers
with
would
you.
trade
Yeah,
him.
maybe. Wait, how old is Otto Lopez of the Marlins? Hold on.
He just got there though.
True.
Like he's there. He was a Blue Jay for a while,
Yeah.
and then we got rid of him. Oh, Alcantara. Alcantara will probably be a big
Alcantara, yeah.
deadline move.
As much as Jay doesn't want it to happen, or
He
Rock,
started.
as much as Rock doesn't want it to happen, it's gonna happen.
He's been coming on good as of recently. He started to been able to figure out his stuff.
Hold on, I'm interested. Where is Jalen Beeks now? Where is that little idiot? He's a Diamondback. Oh, you poor soul.
Arizona, I think, is probably could be a seller. I mean,
They-
Luis
they-
Robert is obviously going to be a big deadline move.
Yup.
Yeah.
Robert.
Maybe we see. I don't know if we'll see Ketel Marte get traded.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, speaking of Marte, did y'all see the?
I don't know what his contract is like.
Speaking of Marte, did y'all see what happened the other day?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
disgusting.
Fuck.
That was messed up.
That was not.
That fan has been like, I think he's been banned from like all
all
stadiums.
30. All 30.
That's good.
But like the game after, the fans like held up a sign like supporting him after
Yeah.
that incident. So
What the fuck? Who the hell is watching something?
Yeah, who's the?
James, because he has his TV
It's
too
not
loud all
me.
the time.
You're gonna get us copyrighted.
You're gonna get copyright. He's gonna start playing 679 by Fetty Wap.
I don't
James.
think James is even near his computer right now.
James. James.
Damn, James.
James!
Holy shit.
Hang on, hang on.
God.
All right, hang on. I was pulling up
Oh my
6.
God.
Pulling up. All right, I was watching TikTok and I'm pulling up 679. It's over
He's
there.
pulling up 679. Can this become the fucking theme of the podcast?
Dude, there are so many clips. in
We're
this
not
stream.
doing this. All right, are we moving on to college football? Or are we still talking about Major League Baseball?
Honestly, college football is our last topic, and should we just get this done?
Avery
Low-key-
Johnson for Heisman.
Shut up.
I mean, I don't know. Wait, do you
That
guys?
goes
want-
on.
Wait, you did forget one
It's up
for
to you
one
guys.
for
It's up to you
baseball.
guys. Are we still talking MLB or are we moving
Hold
on?
on.
did forget
Anthony,
about
what'd
one
you say-
for
what was
baseball.
Anthony talking about? What'd you say, Anthony?
We forgot one thing for baseball. Wander Franco.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
How could we
What
ever
the
forget
fuck?
that little fucking gross fuck?
He legit got away with it.
He got away with it. I'm so pissed off, dude.
That ruined my day. To be
I don't
honest
know
with you.
how he got away with it.
Because he's got money. He totally paid
I
off the
know.
judge. I don't want to go into details of it because
He definitely paid off the judge. And you said the mom of the victim got like 10 years.
she got 10 years and Wander Franco got 2 years suspended.
Yeah, I'm so fucking pissed
So the
off.
only way he'll go to jail is if he does something like that again. like,
You know
what?
what it is, low key? It's because the Dominican wasn't this the DR court? And
Yeah,
not the
it was
US?
in the Dominican.
That was the Dominican courts, not the US.
True.
I really thought they were gonna lay down the hammer, but no.
Nah, he actually got away with it.
I'm so
Oh,
pissed.
that's literally
weird.
What do you mean by that?
I fucking
I can't
hate
What do
believe
you
we
mean
almost
by lay
forgot to
down
talk
the
about that.
What do you mean by lay down the hammer?
like he was gonna get fucking
Military
life in
stuff.
prison because the Dominican Republic is like, I don't know, they're
They're
strong
so
on law.
soft. They're soft with the shit.
But unless you have money,
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you have money, like you're not getting sentenced, big dog.
no,
All right.
dumb.
Football
I'm so pissed off.
time.
I'm pissed off with the entire Dominican Republic.
All right. Who do y'all think is gonna win the Natty next year? Just like
Oregon.
right.
Oregon.
Kansas State.
Oh, exclusive. No.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Honestly, I'm not gonna
Trust-
lie. I think it's
Gonna
either
be
gonna be honestly. I think it's gonna be either LSU or Oregon.
Yeah, it's gonna be Oregon, bro. I'm telling you.
Wait, was it LSU or Michigan who got Bryce Underwood?
I think it's Michigan.
It's
Michigan.
Michigan.
Michigan's gonna be good next year.
I'm gassing up Bryce Underwood.
so.
I don't care. I'm
I
gassing
mean, they
up
were
Bryce
so
Underwood.
bad this year. They'll
I'm
obviously
gassing
be
up
better.
Bryce
We're gonna
Underwood.
be better next year.
I think
They'll be
honestly,
better.
I think
Boston
Boston College
College-
last year. Look what happened.
Boston College has the schedule of doom and despair, so I'm not expecting.
Oh yeah, Kentucky does too.
Dude, because hold on, let me pull up the Boston College schedule.
Hey, hang on. Yeah, I'm also pull up the Kentucky schedule.
Yeah, let's
real
do
quick.
faster with it.
James, question: do you think your team will make a bowl game next year?
No,
Oh, he's actually realistic for once.
just no. I think the most wins we can get is like 5.
All right. So Boston College's schedule, we got Fordham at home. That's a W. Away against Michigan State. I'm really scared.
I think that's the L.
I'm really scared about that game because last year at Alumni Stadium we beat them off the Max Tucker interception. Then we got Stanford away, which I'm not staying up. Wait, never mind. It's a Saturday. I'm obviously going to stay up to watch Boston College football, even though we're going to get throttled. So we're probably going to end up losing to Stanford. We're at home against California, so I think we'll win out there. Away against Pittsburgh, it could go either way, but I think we would lose. At home against Clemson, I want to kill myself. We're going to lose that game by 40. UConn's a win. If we lose to UConn again, I might cry. Louisville's a loss. Notre Dame's a loss. SMU's a loss. Georgia Tech is a win. I don't know why I see everywhere I look, I see us losing to Georgia Tech, losing to Georgia Tech, losing to Georgia Tech. I don't see why we would ever lose to Georgia Tech. And we're going to lose to Syracuse.
What team are you?
Boston College.
Oh,
Dumbass.
How would I know?
Go fuck yourself, idiot, loser.
Who was in the Natty last
All
year?
right, let me go ahead. Let me talk about
Yeah, let's talk
Let
about
me-
mid. Let's talk about Kentucky. Let's talk about
Let me
mid.
talk about hell.
Let's talk about mid. Let's
Who
talk
the fuck
about
wants to
mid.
talk about Kentucky?
No, hell.
Let's talk about
Okay.
mid.
Week 1, we play Toledo. That's a win. Week 2, we
No.
play Ole Miss. Week 2, we play Ole Miss at home. Honestly, I think we're gonna upset Ole Miss.
Bro.
Oh my
No,
god.
you're not.
Shut
No.
the fuck up.
Yes,
Shut
we are.
up, dog.
Yes, we are. We're
Please
gonna
no.
upset Ole Miss. We are going to upset Ole Miss again.
Bro, again?
We're gonna do it again.
James,
We're
are
not
you
gonna do
still
it yet.
on your wisdom teeth gas? Is that what you're saying?
Are you off your wisdom teeth, guy?
All right, bro.
Are
That's
you
fine.
off the gal-
Bro.
Where's
Shut
the picture actually? Oh my god.
Put the picture up on screen.
Put the
We're
picture
not-
up, James.
No,
No balls.
we're not showing the
You
picture.
won't.
No
Oh, yeah,
Boston.
you're right. I won't. All right, week 3 we play
Wow.
Eastern Michigan. That's a W. Then week
No.
4 is a bye.
Loss.
Week
Yeah.
5 we play at South Carolina. We're gonna lose by
Loss.
30. We're losing to South Carolina.
You're-
Georgia, we play them at week 6
Loss.
at noon. We're gonna get
That's a
throttled. That's a loss. Then we have
you-
a bye week.
If you said you were gonna win, I was about to.
I was
kill
gonna
you.
Then we're
leave.
gonna have a bye
I was
week.
gonna kill you.
And then we play Texas at home.
Don't say it.
We're gonna lose. We're gonna
Good.
lose.
Good
Tennessee,
boy.
and then after
Good boy.
that, we play.
Hey! No,
after-
put it back in.
Went right back in.
Let's go.
This democracy is not my forte.
All right. Then after
I
that, we
didn't
play
vote.
Tennessee. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and say this: if Tennessee doesn't have their quarterback situation, I think we have a chance.
No.
No.
Why?
No. No. No.
Yes, Tennessee
You're
does not.
gonna
Tennessee's
lose and you're
quarterback
gonna like it.
situation is not looking good.
lose by 40.
Their
We're not
backup
losing
quarterback
by-
is better than your starting quarterback.
No, he's not.
Alzada isn't good.
Merkin's better than
Hold on.
Zach
He
Calzada.
played an important word.
That's where Cam Ward played before he played at Miami and he cooked.
He played at one. He played at
He
Washington
played at
State
Texas
before that.
A&M.
He played at
beat
Washington
Alabama.
State.
He beat Alabama.
He played at
He's
Washington
like
State.
Breaking the
on.
sound barrier.
I hate you.
You
Oh my
guys,
God, you
I
too.
swear.
Zach Calzada is not the worst.
This
SEC.
is the craziest argument
He's better
from
than
a
Max Malone.
this is
I
the
don't
craziest
care.
argument
Zach
from a
Calzada's
baby
not
holding a
that bad.
biscuit.
Zach Calzada's not that bad. I don't care. I don't care. All right, and then after that we play at Jordan Hare. That's gonna be a loss. And then we play Florida at home. That's also gonna be a loss. And then we play Tennessee Tech. We should win that game.
No.
I hope you lose to Tennessee Tech. I'm gonna be so
We're
real.
not losing to Tennessee Tech.
I'll laugh so hard.
The argument earlier was the craziest argument with a kid holding a biscuit.
Week 13, and then week 13 we play at Vandy. That's honestly a 50-50.
Loss.
Loss.
I think we're
Loss.
gonna beat.
You're
I
losing.
think.
No, no.
Yes.
No, they
Did you
beat
say-
Alabama last
Wait,
year.
hold on. Who did you say it was a 50-50 against?
Vandy.
Vandy.
You're losing to Vanderbilt. They still
We're
have
not
Diego.
Vandy-
They still
I
have
mean, how
Diego,
is it
right?
gonna be a
Y'all
50-50?
forget that Vanderbilt. Y'all forget that Vanderbilt still played like Vanderbilt last year. They lost to Georgia State last year.
Because they beat Alabama.
They beat Bama.
They beat
Something you
Bama.
would never do.
Yeah, and then the next week they almost lost.
The Pavia Insanity run was
Keyword is
crazy.
almost.
Diego
And then
Pavia is
then
going to
week
kill
14
you.
We play Louisville. Honestly, we're going 4-8 again.
You're going. Enjoy 3-9, big dog.
We're not going 3-9. We're gonna win.
Enjoy
You're gonna go
3-9.
3-9
big
and
I
dog.
don't
you're
care
gonna
who's
like
against,
it.
we're winning an SEC.
You're
game.
going. Enjoy it 1-11.
Okay,
Whether
who's
it's
next? Who in that
Ole Miss,
schedule? Who's next?
And-
Enjoy
Vanderbilt,
getting Florida
Auburn.
Stated.
Florida, whoever, we're winning an SEC game.
Enjoy
You're not beating Auburn.
Okay, so
enjoy getting Florida
next?
Stated.
who's next?
We don't play Florida State.
I don't even know what Kansas.
No,
State
oh my
is.
god, are you dumb? I said you're getting Florida. You're getting Florida
Next.
Stated. You're going 1-11.
I'll go.
All right.
Let me pull up Kansas State's schedule. I don't really know.
We're
what-
pulling
I
up
have my
mid,
schedule up, but I'll wait for my turn.
bro. You're just gonna go 12-0. It's not.
Yeah,
Elias, you
you're
have the easiest job in the world. You can just say win, 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 win.
Well, no,
Oh,
he's
no,
gonna go.
actually,
No,
gonna be
listen,
realistic, I
no,
promise.
listen, he's gonna go win.
All right, here we go.
Wow. Don't
Win.
spoil.
Loss.
All right, so we start off against Iowa State, and that's in the Ireland game. I think that'll be a loss
Yeah.
personally. Then we're at home against North Dakota. Obviously, that should be a win. And then we play Army. That should obviously be a win.
Do they still have
Arizona?
Daily?
What's that?
Does Army still have daily?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know much about Army football.
You watch Ivy League and
I do watch Ivy League.
Ivy League. But you draw the line at Army. You're like,
I
oh.
do. I
Bro.
do draw a line at
Your
Army.
flex
Draw the
goes
line,
off.
bro. You gotta respect the line.
I have a line in the military schools is where it's at.
Fuck
You
your
gotta-
flex
you-
going offense. I'll stick with my nerds.
You gotta respect the line, bro.
And then we're at Arizona. I think that'll be a win.
Yeah,
We're at home against UCF. That should be a win.
agreed.
Then we're at Baylor. That should be a win.
Yep.
Yeah,
Then we're home against TCU. I think that'll be a tough one. I think that'll be a win, personally. And then we have the Sunflower Showdown in Kansas.
That's going to be a win. Kansas never beats us.
Yep.
And then Texas Tech, I think we could lose that game, but it's at home. So I think we do get a win against Texas Tech. And then honestly, I'll just skip here on out against Oklahoma State, Utah, and Colorado State. Colorado, I think we win. To finish with an 11-1 record.
That's a great record. Could be the
11-1.
that would be crazy. They would be in the tournament probably.
Okay, should I do Ohio State or should I exclusive?
And then we'll win the Big 12 and we're in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
could make the playoffs.
Elias and exclusive are both going to say 12-0. For this.
I know, bro. I probably am.
You'll have the easiest job in the world.
All right,
Here Elias. Elias is gonna say 11-1 because Ohio State's gonna lose to Michigan.
No, I'm not.
Yes, they are.
You're going to lose to Michigan.
They're losing to Michigan.
You're going to lose to Michigan and you're going to like it.
Get ready to learn Michigan.
bro.
Can I
Get ready
just
to learn Bryce Underwood, big dog.
Can I just do my schedule, please?
No.
Yes.
All right. Week 1 versus Texas. I think that'll be a close game, but since it's in Ohio State, I'll just say we win. Grambling State and Ohio, those should both be wins.
Loss.
Washington, unfortunately, Washington hasn't lost a home game since
Michael
like
Yeah.
2021. So, and we know how Ryan Day can do when he's like in those type of situations. So, I had to do this, but we might lose that game.
We play Washington away
God.
too.
He
Dude,
did it.
Washington away is a scary game.
Exactly.
It always has been
we-
for us too.
We should beat Minnesota. We should beat Illinois. Wisconsin is a depth trap game, but I think we can win that.
Your offense is just never good.
We should beat Penn
Well,
State. We should beat Purdue. We should beat UCLA. We should beat Rutgers, and then we're going to lose to Michigan to end the year. So 10-2.
Valid.
I don't know if that gets you in.
No, I think we'll get
gets
it.
them, man.
Yeah.
We got
Oregon,
No, that's
we lost
true.
Oregon and Michigan.
No, it does. That does get them into the playoffs.
We got in last year with 10-2. Don't you remember? We won the Natty with 10-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio State's gonna get in again, even if they're 10-2.
Jeremiah Smith, future Arizona Cardinal, because we can only draft Ohio.
Yeah,
State
no. You're
players.
not.
We can only draft Ohio State players. That's the goal.
Wait, can he enter after this year, or does he still need another
I
year?
don't. No, he's a freshman.
He was a freshman last
No,
year.
I don't know if he was true or redshirt.
Yeah, no, he can't. Yeah, no, he can't leave. He's a sophomore.
Oh,
True
Big
sophomore or
Paul fight
redshirt
is
sophomore.
that sucks.
I
But
think
yeah,
he's
we're gonna go 10-2. We're losing
no,
to
he's a true
Washington.
sophomore. He's a true sophomore. Him and
True
Ryan
so-
Williams.
okay, yeah, he can't answer.
Damn it.
So 2027 NFL draft, Jeremiah Smith is a Arizona Cardinal.
Ryan Williams is going to
But
Tennessee.
not for real though. Yeah. So Ohio State, I think we're gonna go 10-2. We're losing to Washington and Michigan.
All right,
think-
and now for exclusives 12-0 prediction.
All right. All right. So Montana State, I think obviously we win.
No.
Oklahoma State, I think we win.
No,
Northwestern win.
no,
Oregon State win.
no.
Then Penn State's a tough one. I feel like their coaching brings them down so much.
Yeah,
Because like
James-
even
Yeah,
last
James
year,
Franklin, the known joker.
dude, like last
Oh, let's
year,
ask Beltway about it.
because like
Oh,
last year their offense was insane, man, and like they should have done better. Like their offense was so good last year, but it's at Penn State. Honestly, I'm gonna just say L, just so I don't go 12-0. I'm gonna say
Okay.
L.
you just want to be different.
Yeah, exactly. Just to be different. But Indiana win. Rutgers win. Wisconsin's a tough game, but they just never score points. So win.
No,
Iowa win. Minnesota win.
no,
USC win.
no.
And then Washington away is also tough. But I don't think they'll beat Ohio State and Oregon in the same year. So I'll say win. So
No.
11-1.
For what team?
Washington.
Mm.
Because Washington
Y'all could lose to Washington. Wait,
We
where's the game
could.
located?
it's
Where's the game
in,
located?
it's in Washington.
Okay, you're losing.
No, we could lose, but I don't think they'll beat both of us away. I think they'll like split between us and you guys away, like at their home stadium.
Eh,
Oh,
Like-
some side news that just came out. The Diddy trial goes to the jurors. Closing arguments ended today.
let's
Bro.
go.
Finally. Okay.
It's in the hands of the
What do,
jurors.
you, what do you think is gonna happen?
Why?
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 Why not, dude?
I mean, we
Wow.
talked about Wander Franco.
we talked about Wander Franco. Let's talk about
Let's talk about Diddy.
Diddy.
Bro, I agree.
Bro, what are y'all on, bro?
I agree with James.
I talked about it in episode 1, and you had no care in the world. Now that Anthony says it's a problem.
James
Yeah,
is a
hypocrisy.
made man.
No, I did have a problem with it.
No,
I
you
was like,
didn't.
No, remember he did because he clipped it.
Yeah, you clipped it, boy.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning. No, that's a copyrighted song.
Listen to the game and them boys.
Did we have everything covered about college football?
Does Creech want to do anything for Purdue?
Purdue.
Like,
Oh God.
Who the fuck wants to talk about Purdue?
Purdue.
Alright,
let's just like
well,
Well,
every
first of all,
predictions,
for
bro.
college
Here, I'll
football,
predict
I would
for
say
you.
more about Notre Dame than
I'll
Purdue.
predict it for you.
no
How
one
about
cares
that?
about Purdue. Shut up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't
I
want to hear
know.
about Purdue, bro.
I don't care about Purdue. I care about Notre Dame.
Okay, do Notre Dame then.
Bandwagon.
Bandwagon
Dude,
City.
There's
Purdue,
my-
listen, Purdue is gonna lose to Ball State, bro.
Hell
don't
yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Ball State. Go Cardinals.
Go Ball State.
I love ball. I mean, no, I love ball.
What?
State.
What?
What?
No. Oh no!
Clip
I
it.
said the wrong
Clip it.
thing.
Oh, that's getting clipped.
Oh
That's
no!
Clip that shit.
Bro,
Oh,
you
no.
can't be
He did
saying
it on
that.
purpose. He so did that on purpose.
Definitely.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, hey, Creech. I know where you live. I'm sorry.
Wait.
All right, bro.
Okay, Creech, do your Notre Dame predictions.
One loss.
Shh. Yeah, to Ball State.
I mean, Notre Dame always loses at least one
Wait,
game.
do they
to a team
play
that's
Ball
super
State?
weak.
No, they don't play Ball State.
Dude, they
I was
lost
talking
to
about
North.
Purdue. I was talking about
Ball
Purdue.
State.
All right,
Go
Notre Dame.
Cardinals.
No, listen, Notre Dame is gonna lose to Navy.
We've been at this for 2 hours.
Honestly,
now.
listen, guys, that is something that they would do.
Bro, they lost to
Notre
Northern
Dame,
Illinois.
nah, bro. Notre Dame would go 11-1 and only lose to Navy, bro. I swear they would.
They would.
Honestly, they would be the type of team to do that.
Bro,
Let's
they
be
lost.
real.
They lost to Northern Illinois, bro.
Exactly.
Hold on.
They lost to NIU,
It is
bro.
not pronounced
Yeah.
Illinois.
NIU, Marshall.
Why are you pronouncing it Illinois?
I don't know.
Illinois? I'm a big fan of Illinois.
Let's go Illinois.
Let's go Illinois. Illinois. James, if you could be ever so kind into checking my.
Calling Illinois is like calling Toronto Toronto. Like,
No, it's way
Or
worse.
calling Arkansas or Kansas,
Yeah, it's
which is
like
genuinely illegal.
Also, we.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Go Cardinals!
let's
Also-
go Ball State.
Also,
Go Cardinals!
we've officially passed the 2-hour mark.
I said that
Yes.
already.
We're 1 hour away from 3 hours,
Is there
guys.
anything we want to? Is there anything else?
All
we
right,
need
is
to
there
Um,
anything else that we're forgetting? Because I think we're pretty caught up.
Kai Sinet and I Show Speed did a Mario live stream. It was pretty hype.
Cool.
Cool.
They
Why-
did.
why?
They played New
Why?
Super Mario Bros. For like 30 hours.
You still see
That's
Ashton Hall get
crazy.
chased down in London?
What's that?
I wouldn't have
Ashton
the
Hall got
attention
chased down
span
in
for
the
that.
UK.
I did not hear you.
No!
What? James,
We're
what?
not gonna re-sign Bull.
Bro.
Okay.
Bro.
We could talk. We could spend the whole podcast talking about the fall off of Bull, bro.
Bro,
It's
I
so
spent my
sad.
entire life talking about
We
Bol Bol.
literally could.
Like the Bull journey.
I
such a
generally
sad-
spent a minute 30 one time just talking about Bol Bol's tallness.
Dude,
Bull
he's so good, bro. I can't believe
He's
he does.
so big.
How is he
That's
not?
what she said.
That's what she said.
Chill.
Chill.
Chill out, buddy.
Bobo.
Bobo.
Bubble.
Bobo.
Bubble.
Bobo.
Is there anything else?
I don't think so, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. That's
Wait,
that's
guys.
gonna be
Wait, hold on. What's this comment right here?
We got Vikings, bro.
Oh my
Vikings!
God.
All right, Vikings. You came at the perfect time. We're just about to end. the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Screw you, buddy.
No,
Yeah,
we're not.
all
We
right.
gotta go for
All
3
right.
hours.
Thank you to Anthony, Exclusive, and Creech for all coming on here today.
And please do not let James use up his hotspot again, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Sorry.
James, are we on Fortnite?
I'm gonna waste all my hotspots tonight playing Fortnite.
Oh my.
Oh my god, please
All right.
no.
Anyways,
You
We're
have
not
Wi-Fi?
doing this.
Anyway,
Wi-Fi?
thank you guys so much for popping out to the podcast. Episode 6 will probably be sometime next week.
No, it won't.
And yeah, we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Peace.
Go Birds.